Good day and welcome back to our Football World Cup qualifiers for the FIFA main event that is happening on the 5th and 6th of May. Andley, alongside me here as your panelist is myself, Gavin, and it's been an honor up to this far. It's our final weekend for the qualifiers. It's going to be a blockbuster. Andley.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like Gavin just said, it's the final weekend before we move on to the main event at Monte Casino, where we will choose the top 2 players in South Africa to represent South Africa on the global stage.
Yeah, obviously you guys have a big say in that because technically we won't be choosing. It will be more of just the winners of both platforms, PS4 and Xbox respectively, will then go through and obviously take quite a bit of prize money as well from the main event. We got Juven here in studio with us as well, as we'll be heading over to him pretty shortly for the first game of this weekend. Andley, we've seen some interesting stuff up until now.
Yeah, definitely. We were here with Juven last week, and he showed us how FIFA is meant to be played. We've got a little bit of statistics that we can show you. So he has scored a total of 37 goals, conceded 27, and has a goal difference of 10, with an average goal scores average goals scored per match being 6.1 goals.
Yeah, I mean, there's someone that really grabs our attention on this list, and it's Ryan Azzi. He's actually got 44 goals in the bag and only conceded 11.
Yeah,
so what does that tell us, actually?
That is really, really impressive. I mean, he's only conceded 1.5 goals per match. And
that's impressive.
That is very, very impressive, considering, like we were saying, how the level of FIFA that we have here is second to none. Yeah, these stats are quite incredible.
I mean, talking about football worldwide, we've had some interesting goals in the Champions Leagues this week, where we had Ronaldo with probably the goal of the year, goal of the century. What do you have to call it on that one, Andy?
Yeah, no, that was a great bicycle overhead kick that we saw. But another goal that I have to bring our attention to is that scored by one of my favorite players, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, from just after the halfway line for his new team, LA Galaxy.
It's going to be interesting to see how these guys would want to bring about these special goals within the game. Last weekend, we had a scissored kick finish, which was quite special to see. And Anley's been begging players to please bring out the keeper if they feel confident enough to, and maybe score with the keeper. Obviously, that's happened amongst us guys when we do social events, you know, have a little braai or something and have friends over and do a little FIFA amongst us. And then we try and see if we can score like that just to make it a little bit more humiliating. But
yeah, definitely. I think that is the ultimate form of, you know, puffing out your feathers and showing who is the boss by being able to score with your goalkeeper. And I have to say that I have scored a few of those myself. Have you, Gavin?
No, I haven't actually scored anything spectacular like that, but I have maybe scored a bicycle kick or two. Maybe not with the likes of Ronaldo, but yes, with Zlatan I have. Indeed.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think one of the things that came to people's minds when these goals were scored were like, whoa, that's a FIFA goal. We don't see that very often. And people relate real life back to these games, of course.
And obviously with us here in studio, we got a man with the mic that'll be doing the interviews after the players' matches and so on. He goes by the name of Carl. He'll be doing a little one-on-one sessions with the guys. And maybe just get a little bit under the skin to see what it's like being in the competition up to now. Try and get to know the guys a little bit more on a personal level. And nonetheless, we've had some action-packed football here last weekend. These guys have brought up the FIFA game nonetheless. And Andley's mentioned that having a very strong formation also on the defense side is important.
Yeah, well, I'm one of those players who thinks that, you know, the best defense is a good offense. However, that foundation needs to come from the back, where if you're solid at the back, you have the freedom and the composure to be able to distribute play anyhow and which way you would like.
And then obviously the attacking football, the part of the pitch that actually scores the goals. We've seen a few coming from defenders, more from, you know, your direct corners. We've actually seen a few of them going in, and we saw a penalty or two last week.
We certainly did. I think we saw 3 penalties in one match, and that was with Juven, who you guys will meet in a second. And that was breathtaking stuff.
And I think with that on the note, we've seen some exciting plays. We've seen some devastating goal-scoring lines, such as 8-0, 7-0, 7-1. And the weekend before that, we saw some great comebacks where maybe we saw 2-0 down, winning 3-2, 4-2 afterwards in second half. And Liz mentioned going in the half of the lead isn't always a comfortable position to have.
Yeah, especially if it's a 2-0 lead, because the momentum can swing really, really quickly, and you might just find yourself trailing 1 goal behind.
Well, nonetheless, don't go anywhere as we got Carl on the mic with our first player in studio right after this one for you.
Thank you, Gavin and Anley. I'm here with Juven Naidoo, who's here for the second week in a row now at the VS Gaming studio. We, of course, followed his progress last weekend as your final result. I missed the end result, the end game, but I know you had one more big game left at the studio. Just give us just a quick recap of last weekend.
So first match I drew. I think it was a bit of nerves. Next two I won. And then the last match I had a very tough match against Kylino, which I drew. And then once we went off air and I played on my own, I think a bit of fatigue set in and I lost my final match against Jolly Olan, who's also one of the best in the country, so I can't fault him there. So yeah, it was a tough weekend last week, but I think I did enough just to qualify for this week.
Yeah, we were all pretty keen to see that match against Yolan, but you say when you were off air, things got a bit easier. Is there quite a lot of pressure knowing that there's guys sitting and commentating on your games while you're sitting and playing? I mean, does it add that extra little bit of pressure, or do you feel like you're used to it now? It's not really going to affect you this week?
I think initially when you start your first match, there is a bit of pressure because you're just thinking, okay, people are recording me, like I have to be focused. I can't like lose focus or anything. But after a while, you get used to it and it just feels like playing normally at home. So it's not bad, just initially at first.
And it makes I guess it makes a little bit of a vibe because you kind of interact with them while in between games, and also sometimes in games when you score a great goal, you'll look at them, you'll smile, they'll smile at you. So it's always great. And then looking forward, of course, to this weekend. Now we're into the final weekend where I think it's coming down to the top players in the country on Xbox and PS4, and top 8 are going to go through on your division, which is Xbox. Do you feel like you've already cemented yourself, or do you feel like there's a little bit of push and drive needed today to put yourself into the top seeds?
I know now there's absolutely no room for error, so I think I do have what it takes to get there, but I have a very tough group that I'm in, so hopefully I manage to finish first or second. I don't mind, but yeah, I think I'll be able to go through today.
Just to explain on that, so the players here today at the VS Gaming studio are playing for a spot at the finals, the offline finals at the VS Gaming Festival happening on the 5th and 6th of May at Monte Casino. So this is where we'll decide where they get placed in those brackets. And obviously getting put into later stages of the tournament means you get to miss the whole morning pretty much of the 1,000 odd people playing. And also you get to come and suss out the competition. And, looking forward, last year, a lot of the guys who played in the qualifiers, they felt they were set and ready, but then people that came on the day just gave them a run for their money. Like, are there still some players that haven't taken part in the online qualifiers that are still out there, and you're concerned about them coming to the festival itself and actually, I would say, putting a spanner in the works?
Yeah, I think there is. There's a lot of good players out there who maybe were unaware of this tournament or couldn't make it. But I know playing the offline, they could do well. Because I remember last year, I think it was Brandon Nell that played the offline. He didn't play the come through the pros, and he actually made it to the final. So I know there are a lot of good players out there in the offline that could come up and maybe eventually win it as well.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna let you get to your first game of the day, and of course, best of luck. I mean, it is the final weekend, so we will let Juven go off, and we'll hand it back over to Gavin and Anley. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl, for that little interview with the player Juven here in studio with us. It has been a little bit of a journey, hasn't it, Anley?
No, definitely has. I think he's been one of the more consistent players that we've followed and seen, and his skill is definitely up there.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be one to look out in this tournament. He has mentioned that he is a little bit suspect of some of the guys that are going to come through the group stages within the first day. Nonetheless, we're going to cross over to him just to see exactly what he's going to be setting up for this game now.
So mostly going to be playing through the middle with two strikers and a cam. And hopefully my passing doesn't let me down in this match. And my strikers
or your
get a few
goalkeepers.
goals.
And
yeah.
We've mentioned some of the changes you've got. I think there's about 1 or 2 midfield changes for yourself.
Yeah, so last week I played with Nainggolan and Marquise in midfield. This week I decided to be a bit more defensively solid and brought in Pogba and N'Golo Kante.
And then I think you mentioned something about Aguero up front.
Yeah, I switched Dybala for Aguero. I think Aguero's finishing is a bit better, so hopefully that'll help me out.
So I'm guessing.
All right, well, so it looks like these guys are going to get ready. Andley, what's your take on this one?
No, I hope it's more of the same for our in-studio home support. Let me put it that way, and let's see him score a few more goals.
I definitely think the pressure will be on as these guys are about to get ready. They got their sides up, they got their kits ready, and we are here in this studio live for you, brought to you by VS Gaming on the E World Cup qualifiers, and the first game's on the way. Juven versus Hulk, and now this is going to be a crazy encounter, whereas I think Juven has got the black kit on this morning, where Hulk has got the white kit. Andley?
Yeah, with a nickname like Hulk, let's hope his gameplay is just as incredible.
I see what you did there. Now, a few changes coming up early on. Just a little mix around midfield for maybe a positional play coming up early on, just to pass a few passes around. Andley, how do you think this one's going to go down?
Yeah, no, we've seen Juven do this quite often just before the game. I think it's a good way to sort of keep the opponent guessing as well. And we have kickoff. So we have Hulk in the white and Juven in the black.
Looks like we've got a good team up here against one another. Aria on the right wing for Hulk side. Vertonghen down the middle, someone we haven't seen very often. Very good centre back nonetheless. Alonso, very famous left backer for Chelsea, now on the ball. Looks for a few runners. Finds Dembele in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I think the first half like this, it's again the feeling out process between the two opponents, and keep ball seems to be the name of the game. They want to see who they can pass to and how to create those spaces, basically setting up those chess pieces for the attack.
She got Rooney on the park as well, Andley.
Yeah, one of the all-time Manchester United greats, but now back home in Everton.
Nice, good passing coming, yeah, from Juven's side. Can he maybe take the first shot at goal? Squeeze it up. Great save coming off the inside of the post. Unlucky for Juven not to maybe put himself in the lead there. A lot of pressure coming on early on here for Juven. Hulk needs some defending to do. Ball's just up about with Vidal Alaba mixing up.
Ooh. First foul of the game, free kick. Let's see what he can create from here.
So Willian, ex-Chelsea, or still Chelsea player. Vidal maybe just trying to square things up here. Decides to go for the short route. Looks
High
for Vidal.
pressure.
Wants a little 1-2, but well defended from Hulk.
Yeah.
Now the break is on. Willian on a yellow card.
No, that was well tackled. Vidal, let's see if he can finish. Goal from Juven.
What a fantastic strike. Finishing on the bottom left corner on the right foot. Rather comfortable finish from Aguero. Nonetheless, that puts his side 1-0 up in this first game of the weekend.
Yeah, that through ball just trickled through. Look at that. But he had the composure to bury it. Bottom left and 1-0.
Does look like the defender got in the goalkeeper's way there. Not getting a very good clear vision of what was coming his way. Does put Juven's side 1-0 up in a comfortable position. Still a lot of time to go. Andley?
Yeah, no, still a lot of time to go. But it's crucial to get that opening goal in this match so you can build up the confidence. So I think very, very well done to Juven.
Rooney playing in the number 10 position, yeah. Now the ball gets taken away. Kante finds the ball out to Sane. Back to Aguero, the goal scorer. Pogba links up with a great little pass out wide. Ooh. Unfortunately, just gives it away rather easily. Eriksson gives out a good ball to Willian, yeah.
Overlapping run. Let's see if anything can actually happen.
Now the ball gets squared out. Is there a shot coming in? Rebound shot comes through.
Oh, that was very, very close. I think if the goalkeeper had nicked it, that potentially could have deflected in.
Whiskers away from the upright. Nonetheless, Valencia gives it out to Kante. Moraes in the middle of the park. Aguero finds Sane. Back to Aguero. It's good build-up play. Maybe a through ball here to Sane. Makes a promising run. Pogba. Vidal. Maybe he can swing one onto the right foot just like last weekend. Alaba.
No, good pressure from the defense, forcing him out. I think that is exactly what Hulk needs to do to apply more pressure. Oof.
Pogba coming in with a vicious right footer. Ball doesn't get cleared away rather convincingly.
Yeah, I think we can start seeing the momentum shift towards Juven's favor.
Ooh, second yellow perhaps, Andley.
Ooh, that is going to be a...
Yeah, this
is it going to be a red card? It definitely is going to be a red card. 2 yellows and a red for William. Playing with one man down this early on in the game, I think Hulk could just be in trouble.
Yeah, this is not what Hulk would want so early on in the game. William on a second yellow gets sent off. Now Pogba on the edge of the box. Forces the pass rather than just waits for the space to open. Good break here for Hulk. Just running out of the space of William that was made up for his side now to get into a good position. He does find a good pass out to Arir.
No, that was well intercepted and well defended from Juven. I think this is more of what we're used to.
Juven is swinging the ball about in the middle of the park. Finds Pogba, waiting for the overlap run. Decides to go central to Aguero. Back to Pogba. He can't score them from here. Again, Pogba just shifting the ball out rather forced than with ease. Now Eriksson finds a great long ball out here to Sane. Finds Sane with a lot of space. Good defending from Valencia.
Yeah.
Gets the ball out to Pogba. Now the attack can be on. Again, these tackles are rather late and dangerous.
Yeah,
so
they're coming in fast and furious, aren't they? But one thing that Hulk cannot do is concede or get any more of his players sent off. I mean, playing with 10 men is already difficult enough, especially against a player like Juven. So, yeah, he needs to be careful and tread the line carefully there.
So, I think Hulk is going to make a few changes for himself, maybe alter the team around so that he can go with a front two perhaps instead of, 3 guys, 2 wingers and a striker. He can't have that option now. So, maybe like a 4-3-2, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what he's going to actually have in terms of the defending and attacking foundations to get back into this match, despite it being 1-0 only. But one thing that I'm picking up is the goal kicks. Do you usually take them long or do you take them short to keep position?
I normally go for the short one if I want to keep possession very early on in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm 1-0 up and it's the 85th minute, I'm gonna.
You want to clear it.
Yeah,
you don't want to take any chances there, do you, Gavin?
I'm putting up. Then yourself?
Yeah, no, I think it's more of the same. I do like keeping the ball, even if it's 90th minute. But sometimes if the player has, or at least is mindful enough to update his tactic modifiers to ultra attacking, you get very, very pressured. And sometimes that actually leaves vulnerabilities for you to play the long ball and flick on to go for the counter.
Now that Valencia is on the ball with that earlier foul on him. Gives that to Bailey. Rather dangerous play here from Juven. Good 1-2 here with Vidal. Sane on the run again. Might just get it back. Oh, great interception. Now the break is on. This is exactly what Hulk would like to find himself in. Good link-up play here with Rooney. Lukaku through the middle. Just doesn't get the pass right.
Yeah, that was just in terms of the interception. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would have been through and on goal.
One-on-one with the keeper from Lukaku. You won't doubt him messing that one up. Good tackling coming in here. Ball almost just given away. Boateng. Vidal gives it out to Kante. Well-driven centre defending midfielder. Sane looks for the overlapping run. Vidal, can he finish? Oh, smothers the ball away from him. Great defense from Hulk. Now can he make up with some great gameplay here? Good turn there. Valencia just trying to track it back. Oh, ball gets forced out of play. Field not big enough for the player. Pogba finds Kante. Morez.
Some off-the-ball incident there.
That looked rather suspicious. Ref waited on. Sane. Looks for Lukaku on the run again. Just his passes are a little bit forced. Just needs to take his time, I think, Andley.
Yeah, no, definitely a bit forced. But he is one man down, so that makes it extra difficult. But oh my gosh, lack of composure leading to him.
I think I pressed the button too quickly.
You did, didn't you?
Released it too quickly.
I think what happened there was goal line fever, is what they would normally refer that to. Ooh, Lukaku gets taken out.
Save.
Good tackle coming in, but now the ball does get crossed in for Sane. And now the cross does come in from the corner.
They do say...
Good step over. Really well played.
No, I said they do say when in doubt, kick it out as the name of the game sometimes, but probably not in that shooting and scoring position, is it, Gavin?
No, oh, good Tried to make the run there, but just forced the ball a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Now got a free kick out of it for Hulk's side. Sane, a man with a lot of space. Tries to look for a long aerial ball. Not really something he's
Nope.
good at.
Way too long. Yeah, I think again, those players, you need to know your players. You need to know your team and your formation to be able to pull off those passes. If you know one of your players' qualities isn't in the long ball department, you should rather stay off. However, that being said, you would think that all players on this level should be able to complete passes like that.
Juven, so half time. What any changes?
No, but it's quite a tough first off. He's a good opponent.
Okay.
He made some good passes. I think he just didn't get that final shot on, but he's playing well.
Just quickly before we go in tactics for the second half.
Pretty much the same.
Oh,
Right, good luck.
If I have to change anything later on, I will.
good luck. And we are back second half here with this first game of the weekend. FIFA E World Cup qualifiers. Now Vidal's on the ball. Again, ref just playing an advantage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ball gets played out to the wrong player. Nonetheless, now Hulk with a bit of a counter-attack, always waiting for that extra player he doesn't have. Very difficult to do so when you've got a red card. Looks like these guys are just trying to find their feet. Now, Juven looks for the long through ball and finds Morris in some great space here. Sane, Vidal. Pogba can fancy them from here. Doesn't do so. Gets it back, maybe for a second try. Now the ball is played through.
And goal!
Aguero with the second goal.
Yeah.
Fantastic build-up play.
Yeah.
Good link up with Pogba to finish it into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, that was a finesse play at its finest. Those intricate little passes and the composure to just bury it. Bottom left corner again. 2-0 to Juven.
Juven really counting on this red card of Hulk to make sure he scores a goal and doesn't want to concede. He's very good at holding up the defense as well as his attack play. Alaba links up with Conte, rather further up the field than what he likes to be. Now the running comes in from Valencia. Not finding the right player. A lot of pressure on for Hulk. He doesn't clear the ball well. Now a good run around here from Alaba. Squares it up Vidal. Vidal with a right footer and takes the side. Puts him through for another goal. 3-0 for Juven's side. Hulk in a lot of trouble, Andley.
Yeah, no, being one man down in this game, it's Mount Everest to climb for him, Gavin. I think it's more of the same for Juven. We've seen him do this over and over, and his class is definitely showing.
Good finish there from Vidal. Aguero's on 2 goals. Maybe hat-trick is in his wake sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely. Juven did tell us that he switched out Paulo Dybala for Sergio Aguero, and I think that move has definitely played to his favor.
Lukaku can fancy these on the right foot, not his preferred foot. Vidal just trying to work the ball up the field. Does so for Morris. Now good running left wing. Alba, yeah, finds some acres of space, waiting for through ball, but
no, well defended from Hulk's team, but again, those were last-ditch clearances. If those had slipped through, it would be a very different scoreline.
Hulk just not finding possession in the middle of the park. Good link-up player.
Ooh.
Tries a little chip over. Maybe he wanted to finish it on the volley.
Hint of handball there, maybe?
Yes.
Ref plays it on nonetheless. Lukaku finds Rooney. Can finish them from here.
Oh.
Still gets the ball. Can he take the shot on?
Oh!
Crunching slide tackle coming in.
That was a nervy, I think. It could have been a penalty, but well done to actually get the ball.
I'm surprised Rooney didn't finish it on the first attempt.
Yeah.
Now the ball does get played out from Sane. Is this good defending? Eriksson, what can he do with the ball? He's got a good pass on him. Finds Rooney. Cheaply given away. Now, Pogba. Gives it out to Conte. Back to Pogba. Good diamond formation football, yeah. Now, Sane, what can he do with the ball? Edge of the box stuff, yeah. Now the ball has been saved.
Oh!
Double save coming in from the keeper. Still the pressure's on as the corner comes in. No direct corner today just yet. Well tackled from Hulk with Eriksson now on the ball with a lot of space. Lukaku one way, Rooney another. Gets it out to Lukaku. Eriksson carries on with the run. Doesn't have much pace left in him. Fakes it once. Does bring in the cross. Lukaku just can't find the edge of that as the keeper comes out and just Just hits it away to the edge of the box. Not very convincing clearance from the keeper. Rooney.
Oh, what a tackle.
Good tackle. Ref was shouts of maybe a penalty or two, but the ref decides against it. Now the break is on for Juven's side. Good pass out to Vidal. He might just fake the shot. Just couldn't get the pass off. Looks like the linesman was ready to give offsides either way. Ref well played in the advantage. Sane. What can he do with the ball? Finds Lukaku. There's no much support up front, but Rooney does well in keeping it. Eriksson. Back to Rooney. Alonso. Lukaku.
A good attempt on goal, but the keeper was equal to it.
Now the ball just gets played out rather easily from Juven's side. The break is on, yeah. If he can get the pass stringed well together. Valencia. Good link-up play from Sane. Pogba can strike them from here. Tries to cut inside. Well read from Hulk. He's really good at those tackles.
Well, I think he's had to be good at those tackles because those has cost him somewhat in this game with that red card coming very early on. I think discipline needs to be modified there a bit, hey Gavin?
He needs to be a little bit more composed with the early tackles as he found himself a very early second yellow to bring out the red. Put his side under a lot of pressure. Again, talking about fouls.
Yeah, that was a blatant block off there from Hulk's player.
He knew that there was a lot of players behind him if he had to beat him.
Yeah, 6 minutes left of the game plus extra time. Let's see if Juven can score another goal or if Hulk can pull one back to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable.
Dembele finds a long ball for Lukaku. He's a bit slow off the mark. Doesn't get the ball. Vidal in the middle of the park. Alaba, link-up play on the left back wing. Back to Vidal. Sane on the ball. Has a runner left and right. Decides to go back to Moraes. Moraes wants it back.
My God.
But the play gets forced. Maybe a little bit more composure from Juven. Would have maybe seen him a few more goals up. Now, good, promising run coming in from Rooney. Fakes a shot left. Drags it. Maybe wants to bring it onto his right foot. Well tackled from Juven. Vidal.
Very, very cool and composed passing from the back, creating spaces for his own players. And now he has an overlap run.
Sane. Finds Aguero, the goal scorer. Maybe he wants to have the hat-trick. Sane.
Oy.
No hat-trick today for Aguero just yet. Does look like Juven will see this one through to take his side 3-0 up. It's very important to not concede, so well defended. Andy, your thoughts?
No, I think it was a great game again from Juven. He does what he does best, and it's those triangular or those diamond passes, as you like to say. And he totally tore Hulk's defense apart. I think even with 11 men on the field, he would have struggled to defend against it. But again, Juven does really, really well to pull those and string those intricate passes together to create those chances.
And these guys will be playing each other again in just a bit, so don't go anywhere. Exciting stuff here as that was the first game this weekend. It's going to be another blockbuster, and we'll just cross over to Juven on his thoughts after that first game. Juven.
I think the first half was a bit tough, but I think I figured out how he plays and how he passes in defense. So second half, I think I played a bit better and managed to get those 2 goals.
No, definitely. Did you feel the difference with your new players on the field? Are they better than your old players?
Personally, I feel they're a lot better. Pogba and Kante offer a lot more in midfield than Marquisio and Naidoo did last week.
Yeah.
And I think Aguero is scoring your 2 goals for you. Maybe you would have wanted to fancy another for the guy, but he's been a good striker for you.
Yeah, he has. He's very good at, I think he's a quick player. He's very good at turning and as well as just taking those quick shots. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, I think
and then Sane just with that pace to get in behind, it helps a lot there.
Yeah, I think the agility and finesse of those 2 players definitely helped you there.
Yeah, just quickly before we go into this next game between the 2 of them, any thoughts before we cross over to the live game, Juven?
I don't want to rest on my laurels just yet because I know second game anything can happen. So hopefully I can manage to do more of the same, but I'm expecting a tough game next match.
Well, good luck, and we'll be here with you to take you game by game and play by play. Andy, it's been an exciting thriller, 3-0.
Yeah, no, 3-0, good game. I think Hulk was unlucky. I think he does need to be somewhat more composed on the ball, because what we did see is him rushing into the tackles especially. And once you commit to those tackles, especially against a player like Juven who knows how to draw out your defenders for those overlapping runs, you get punished, and that's exactly what happened.
Punishment is exactly what it was. The 3-0 beating, it's not very convincing from Juven. He had a lot more opportunities that he could have buried. But again, Hulk did find himself in a lot of trouble with a second yellow very early on in the game to bring out the red. So it's very difficult to attack. And 2 goals came from that.
Yeah, no, I think definitely being one man short in this game, you allow so much more space for your opponent to roam. And it is a bit silly collecting those 2 yellow cards. I think Hulk needs to be a little bit more careful just so he doesn't fall into the same position. And I think I do actually feel that Juven actually did quite a lot to play for more fouls, maybe hoping to draw another red card from him. And well, that was an interesting one.
A few tricks and steps overs can come into play to maybe bring out more pressure. And going into the second game, I think Hulk has gone to the drawing board. He's got a good setup though, Andley.
No, he definitely does have a good setup. I think, you know what, you can have those star players in the team, but if you don't link them up together, if there's no, what's that called, team cohesion going on, then you still are going to struggle. I mean, we've seen that in real football as well.
Well, we got some replays for you. We're going to jump into one quickly as we're going to just analyze this one. And this is, I think, where the yellow... Oh, this is the first goal that came in. Well played there. Very lucky, Andley.
Yeah. No, that through ball definitely made that goal. I think it just snuck through.
Yes. I think that is exactly what it was. Here comes the yellow card. Actually, the second yellow
card.
Tackle from behind is not something you want to do.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit unfortunate for the guy.
I think Juven did well to turn just as the player was coming in. And unfortunate.
Yeah, it's the second goal now. Pogba, good pass out there to Aguero. And Aguero just trying to find the ball back and does so. And I think it's just a great build-up play, sucking in the defenders.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look at the way that the ball was passed to Aguero. It was unbelievable.
This was also a fantastic finish from Vidal. Brought on to the right foot. Nice little finesse finish into the bottom right corner. You can see he set the play up. He knew that the defenders weren't on him. And that is exactly how you penetrate a good defender's structure.
No. That was great play. Like I said, his diamond play, his touch and go moves are second to none. I think especially how he holds up the ball and rolls it out just a little bit before playing that ball when he draws out all the defenders. I think that's how it's supposed to be done.
And knowing your players is exactly what you want to do, because you can see that Juven knew exactly Vidal is stronger on the right. So he could have finished on his left, but then he brought onto the right foot instead, and then the goal came, maybe the chance of it being a goal was better.
Yeah.
And we're going to go straight into this next game between the two of these two. And Andy, I don't know what can we think of what's going to come up for this one.
I think it's going to be more of the same. Let's hope that Hulk can actually do more to make it more competitive. And
so Juven, just a few words from you. No changes going into this one.
No, pretty much the same. But I don't know, if I see Hulk made a few changes, trying to play more attacking, then I might make a few changes in. But so far, it's pretty much the same.
So Andley's always wanted you to bring out the keeper. Do you think we'll see it in this one?
Yes, he did make some changes. So no, not in this. This is too dangerous to bring
well,
out the keeper.
What if you're 5-0 up? Maybe keep a run there?
Just for you, Andy.
Yes, thank you so much. We can put that on the highlight reel as well.
Well, just quickly, Juven, before you go into this one, you saw that he's actually going to play Vidal and Sane on this game.
Yeah, so it looks like he's playing a lot more attacking, trying to maybe play through the wings. So I think for this one, my fullbacks need to stay a bit more back, and hopefully they can deal with that.
And that's exactly what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Assigning the roles for the guys to maybe just hang back instead of going forward ball.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Juven with a few changes before we go into this next one. Good luck, Juven.
Thanks.
We'll go straight into it. Anley, myself, Gavin will be taking you play-by-play into this encounter between the two. There's not much that really separates them, but between the 3 goals from the previous game. But this is a fresh start for Hulk. Maybe he can bring it back. Same kits going into this one.
Yeah, I think the difference maker here would be how Hulk adapts in his defense to those attacks from Juven. If he can read those plays or at least anticipate them a little bit more and be more composed with his tackles, I think he can score a goal or two.
Good tackle coming in here. Shots of...
Oh!
now that was
a lucky
some...
goal.
That was a lot of crazy play between the keeper and the two attackers there. Pogba linking up with Sane in the middle of the box.
Yeah.
Ping pong stuff. Keeper couldn't get it out.
I thought that was a penalty.
Shouts of penalty. Pogba with a strike, save from the keeper, and Sane just tapping it into the empty back net.
Yeah, you know, they say sometimes better lucky than good, but it's even better if you're lucky and good, which is the case of Juven at the moment.
Now, what can Hulk do? He's found himself a goal down. Arguably almost the quickest goal we've seen in these qualifiers. Sane on the ball. Gives it out to Aurier. He's now on the right back. Finds Wenyama. Someone new he's brought on. Maybe the cross just coming in from Sane. A little bit forced. Vidal. Very composed player. Finding Pogba. Tons of talent he is. Young player still. Pogba finds a nice long ball. It's for Moraes. Sane. Good link-up play with Aguero. Now Pogba in tons of space.
Oh, should have passed the ball there, I think.
Oh, maybe should have just finished it. Very angry with himself, Juven. Now, Kante. Pressure still on for Hulk in his side. Good long ball coming in, but just taken away from the defense of Hulk's side. Now, this is where Hulk can be dangerous with Vardy. And Sane on the pitch. A lot of pace, a lot of skill. Andley?
Yeah, no, definitely. Pogba does offer a different dimension. He can defend, he can attack, he is big and strong, and he can strike the ball from far. So, yeah, definitely a player that I would want in my midfield.
Good tackle coming in the middle of the park for Juven side. Pogba wanting to link up with the overlapping run. Does get the ball back from Moraes. Sane.
Oh.
Tries a little trick or two. Alaba. Gives out to Vidal. Back to Pogba. Now, good through ball coming in.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you know, these balls that Juven are playing, I don't expect them to get through. And, you know, time after time, they keep creeping through. Is that luck or is that just skill, Gavin?
Oh, it was well played to bring out the defenders. Aguero in a lot of space. 1-on-1 to the keeper. You'll fancy him 9 out of 10 to finish that.
Yeah.
And the key is you should know the runs of your strikers.
Yeah.
Like I predicted Aguero was going to make that run.
Yeah. No, that was perfect timing.
Words from a legend in the making there, Juven. Just giving us a little inside feed from the game itself and letting us know what exactly he managed to see there with that goal. Now, Hulk just trying to pile on the pressure, maybe get one back. Andley, he does find himself in a very vulnerable position, 2-0 down, and it's not even 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, we were talking about these 2-0 leads. They can be dangerous, but it is unlucky for Hulk to concede in that fashion so early on. I think if we had a camera or a microphone with him, we would hear some very, very colorful words. But yeah, it's very unlucky, but let's see what he can do.
Hulk just needed to be a bit more composed there with Rooney on the edge of the box. He can fancy them from there. I've seen him score spectacular goals in the past. Now good link-up player from Sane. Gives it back to Valencia. Maybe wants to build it up nice and slow.
Oh.
Needed to beat one more player to free up the space of Vidal. Could have been 1-on-1 of the keeper. Now Vardy does make a promising run. Rooney decides to keep it for a bit more. Waiting for a few supporting runners. Ref does give him offsides. Now that is a little unfortunate. Maybe the pass should have gone earlier. Andley?
Yeah, I think that's the difference that we're seeing, isn't it? When Juven is timing those passes just right, and Hulk is just unlucky not to get them.
Oh.
Dangerous play coming in here from Juven.
Are we going to see a... Oh, well blocked. Very, very well blocked.
Juven can find himself very lucky not to have conceded a goal there. Playing the ball from the back. Something we spoke about just before the game. Rather clear it upfield or play from the back, and this time it didn't work too well. But now Sane on the ball, finds Vidal on the left wing, tries to track back. Well read from Hulk.
Yep.
Oh.
Good defending.
Yep. Very, very well read there.
Yeah.
Textbook stuff. Now Sane tries to force the pass out to Wenyama. Doesn't get it well timed. Moraes forced pass to Vidal, who does win it back. Sane in a good space here now. Moraes, ooh. Again, late tackle coming in from Hulk, we haven't seen dangerous tackles just yet, so a little bit more composed on the tackling, Andley.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's not too bad this game. It's a lot better than the first game. However, he is still trailing 2-0.
What can Juven build up here now? He's got the ball at the edge of the box. Not well cleared. Conte gives it out to Sane Aguero in a lot of good.
Ooh.
Finds up 1-on-1 of the keeper. Not well cleared yet. Now again the shot coming in from Morris. And a corner coming up. Short corner it is. Morris just checks the bat, beats the one player. Needs to find a pass or two. Dangerous play from Hulk. Gets the ball out to Rooney, who's in a lot of space. Doesn't have all the pace he had when he was a lot younger, but does find a good pass out to Salah. Scored many for Liverpool lately. Oh, good header coming in. Just narrowly missing it.
Yeah, no, that was very, very good play. But Juven also had a good defender there, just putting the attacker off slightly.
Ball gets played into the edge of the box. Header coming in. Not enough power.
Yep.
Very slow cross coming in, so you can't always generate enough power from those.
No, he was never going to trouble the goalkeeper from there. I think there's a few players like the likes of Johan Cruyff or maybe even Ruud van Nistelrooy that can bury those and add that additional power, but unlucky there.
Low strike. Very vicious from Pogba. Good save. Forced out from the keeper. Good build-up play from Juven. He's got the ball again here. Sane. Good pass out to Pogba. Sane now 1-on-1 to the keeper.
And boom, baby! 3-0. Again, more of the same. Triangular passing, touch and go. And the result's the same.
That was fantastic triangular play. Pulling in the defenders rather easily and does manage to finish the goal with Sane. So, good build-up play. Different goal scorers in this game.
Yeah.
Sane?
No, I think you would want to have different goal scorers because you don't want to rely on one player so much. If you can spread out the goal and let every single player score, I mean, you know, kudos to the team.
Juven, any changes for your side, or are you comfortable in this position till we go into the second half?
Comfortable for now.
2 more goals and maybe we can see a goalkeeper run.
I made a promise to
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
I'll stick to it.
Okay, well, let's get back straight into this action. Maybe Hulk can pull one back. Good cross coming in. Not finding the correct target now. Vardy does enjoy those nice crosses. Ball gets forced out here. Can Valencia get to this? Does so, but Sane wants it back more. Looking for a wrapping run from Alonso. Can give in a delicious cross, and it's a great goal, but it does look like offside has given. Rather premature celebrations from the guys. But I think I would count Juven rather lucky in that scenario. He did find himself in a very dangerous position.
Oh my God.
Giving the ball away. And now the ref has blown for what looks like halftime.
Yeah, halftime indeed. The possession is actually very, very well balanced if you look at it. But shots on target, that has made all the difference. And 3-0 at halftime.
No changes coming in from Hulk either. Looks like he's quite happy with what he's got on the pitch now, as he's made changes just before the half. Now we go straight into the second one, where Juven is 3-0 up against his opponent Hulk. Hulk needs to score now if he wants to get back into this one, Andley.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. But 3-0 is a huge mountain to climb, like we said earlier. He at least has 11 men on the field, but we haven't seen that potent attack or that clinical chance creation that we have seen on Juven's side. But let's see if he can actually score 1 or 2 goals just to, like I said, bring back some pride maybe.
Oh, what a great finish coming in from Sane. Great break, counter-attacking football. Clinical finish, puts the ball in the right-hand side, and the keeper has no way of saving that. Great finish from Juven to put his side 4-0 up in the second game between the two of them.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more excited as we approach that 5-0 scoreline because we all know what's going to happen there. But just as I was saying how Hulk needs to score a goal, then Juven goes ahead and scores another one.
Always becomes the issue if you're trailing, you're piling up the attackers, creating more gaps at the back for yourself on the counter.
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10 times you concede, and then you just find yourself under more pressure and more frustrated than nonetheless.
Of course. I think as frustration sets in, you become less and less composed looking at that huge score line. So, yeah, that makes it increasingly difficult for Hulk himself.
Alaba does give out a good pass. Finding Conte. Sane on the ball. Bit
Oh.
of mix-up play in the mix of things there. Ooh, good long ball out here for what looks like Vardy still on the pitch.
I'm not sure if that was a long ball, Gavin. I think that was just an accidental button press.
Actually have Kaka on the field as well from Hulk's side. It's always good to see him. Good link-up play here. Now what can Pogba do with it? Does find Mahrez. Wants to give it out to Sane.
5-0, ladies and gentlemen.
Rather finds himself very lucky as he scores.
84th minute.
Scores
I
the
promise, 84th minute.
As long as you do it anytime you want to.
Tried 85th.
scores the hat-trick for Sane. Puts his side 5-0 up. And this is exactly what Andy has been wanting. And Juven finds himself in a lot of comfort. And I think you'll be able to see this one through, Andy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Sane has been very, very potent in this game. He's been utilized very, very well. Look at that pace and agility, and he's been able to penetrate that
Now,
defense.
the free kick. Maybe the keeper can come out and score this free kick. Who knows what Juven has got up his sleeves for these. And it is the keeper. Will we see the keeper scoring in these qualifiers?
Yeah.
For the first time, does beat one player? Can Juven maybe swing it around?
And he loses the ball. Let's see what's going to happen. Is he going to take the long cracking shot? Is the keeper going to make it back in time?
The keeper is running.
Let's see. And he's back in position.
Good defending coming from Juven. End-to-end stuff.
I blame you, Andy.
Hey, you said 80th minute. That was very unlucky. That was a great strike from Hulk's
Good
side,
goal.
though.
Very good goal for Hulk to bring that one back. Rooney with a thumping finish to the top left corner. Keeper no way of saving that nonetheless, even if he was in goal or not. And Juven wanted to just maybe have the keeper to score. Now 1-1 the keeper. Should have taken the shot on first touch. And wanted to drag it maybe onto the right preferred foot. Pogba, the taller player between the two, winning that header. And Aguero does want to look for a run or two. Does find Vidal. Sane, a lot of space. Has a runner out left. Does give it to Alaba. Tries to finish it. Just gets bumbled out from the keeper for a corner. Maybe direct corner. Taking a short one again.
No, I think Juven is angry for conceding that goal. So he wants to go and score more.
Juven has conceded 1 goal. And that's all to the thanks of the keeper being a little bit greedy and wanted to take the free kick.
No, he wasn't greedy at all. I don't think he was even anticipating that pass back, hence the bit of confusion. If he was a bit more confused and actually had the ball, I think he would have done a lot better. And I'm talking about the goalkeeper.
Now, good overhead ball coming for Pogba. Just not getting to it. The keeper wins the race. Ball gets thrown out to Sane, waiting for a few runners. Tries to look for Kaka.
Not well intercepted.
Not the best of best passes coming out. Now, the pressure is on from Juven once again. Bit of a tangle up with players. Vidal gives out to Aguero. Vidal again wants to take the shot on. Doesn't get it too well. Kante has got a venomous right foot as well. What? Tackle coming in from behind, but the ref thinks that was fair play. Now, the wraparound from Sane. Can Hulk maybe put another one back and put Juven under pressure? About 15 minutes left. Strike can come through anytime soon. The ball gets played out to no one really. Now the break is on as there was a lot of guys attacking for Hulk's team. Mahrez finds Sane. Good ball out to Aguero. Waits for a runner left and right. Gives it back to Pogba. Tries to fence it on the left and scream of a strike to put that one in. Pogba with a fantastic left footer outside the box. Andley.
No, that is what Pogba does best. Those shots from outside the box with all that power. I think he did get lucky with a slight deflection maybe. Yeah, that just got away from the...
Bring that up.
Hey, a goal's a goal at the end of the day, right? But you know what? Like we were saying, sometimes better lucky than good. But good being lucky and good.
Oh, that was good build-up play leading up to the goal. Patient stuff from Juven. Very good on the ball, in the middle of the park. Wanted to link up play there, just forcing it. Maybe needed to wait and be a bit more patient for a few runners. Rooney couldn't really find the target intended.
Yeah, I think Rooney has been a bit lonely on Hulk's team. I don't think he has had that strike partner which he probably desperately needs to give and go like Juven was doing now before he got intercepted. But Yeah, I think Rooney is struggling a bit, being that seemingly lone striker, trying to score that goal.
Pogba in a lot of space. Can't fancy them from here. Maybe the ref's going to pull this one with offsides. Pass wanted to come earlier from Aguero.
Yep, 85th minute. Will we see another goalkeeper run? No pressure, Juven. Let's see if you can get the ball back first.
I do think Juven is going to see this one out.
I tried one. I have one.
And it didn't work.
Sane wants the ball back. Back to Aguero. Sane wants it again. Ref
foul,
does
yeah.
bring it out. Maybe the keeper can take the free kick
Okay,
directly
Okay.
and not put himself under a lot of space.
Should I take the free kick?
Yeah, go for the free kick. Direct free kick. Let's see
Direct
what
free
he can
kick
do.
from the keeper, yeah. What does
Oh
he
my
Well done. Very well done. I enjoyed that.
That was a
Despite
goal
it being, sending the ball to the moon over there.
That was interesting play, yeah, as Andley and Juven had a little talk about bringing out the keeper, and they've done that. Now Hulk wants to maybe just score one, yeah, before the end of the match. Good tackle coming from Alaba. It's been very solid on the left back. Vidal. Mahrez. Aguero links up play with Sane once again. They've been doing this rather very well. Aguero has some tricks up his sleeve. Maybe one of the keeper now.
What was that touch?
Yeah, that additional touch just took it away from Juven. But disappointed with himself, we can hear.
Now maybe Hulk has got one more up his sleeve before the end of the game. Rooney has a lot of space. Wants to look for Kaka again. And that is that. Juven has taken both games respectively.
Yep.
This one a bit more convincing than the
Yep.
previous one. And Hulk managed to keep the yellow cards and red cards out of this one.
Yeah, no, very, very convincing victory there from Juven, as expected, I think. And I finally got to see a goalkeeper come out. I would have liked to see him run. Let's see how far he can get from the goals to at least halfway or something like that. But nonetheless, we saw him come out. We saw him dashing back, and that was exciting stuff for me, Gavin.
So Andley definitely wants more action from the goalkeepers. But we have been seeing end-to-end stuff. Unlucky for Hulk not to have scored many as what he probably would have wanted.
Yeah.
But a great play to finish that one up. Juven, any takes with how you maybe saw the second game from the first game?
I think the first game I started a bit nervously, so it's a bit jitters, but I think I played all right in the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hulk was a good opponent. He made some good chances. I just think maybe his finishing just let him down a bit, but very good play from him.
Right.
Well, it's always nice to have the respect from both players. You know, having a little well done after each game. We'll probably see a lot of that as well at the whole tournament.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of humility coming in from Juven's side. Just a bit of respect, just as Gavin said, pay to the opponent. And you know what? At the end of the day, we are all FIFA players. We all love the game. We are all football supporters. And that camaraderie is a good thing to see among the players as well.
It was exciting to see some more action as the keepers were brought out in this game. And we got some replays here. I think it might have actually been what Andley's asked for, and it's the keeper, where the keeper is actually going to take this free kick. Now, with the keeper is not very good in these traits, but I think maybe too much power, Andley.
Yeah, no, I think definitely too much power. Maybe just under that second bar, I think.
Yeah.
I think that'll be at least closer. But you know what? I'm happy.
And yeah, we're going to have Hulk's goal, yeah. Very well-deserved finish here from Rooney. Brings it onto the right foot. Very lucky in getting that rebound. And then finds the ball on a half volley. And with a half volley and Rooney, that's just 2-2. And that's going to bring out a very fantastic finish. And what a goal it was.
No, as you've suggested, that was my fault, because that came directly after the goalkeeper was making his way back. So, yeah, good goal from Wayne Rooney. He is a good player. He does have that thumping right foot, which we've seen time and again. When he played for Manchester United, he is just sort of out of sorts at the moment because he's getting on in age. Otherwise, in the game, I'm sure he is still a brilliant player.
Yeah, tactic-wise from Hulk, he had to come back rather very early on as he found himself in a lot of trouble. It was some fine play from him when it was due, but I mean, Juven has scored himself fantastic, I would say, 6 goals in the second game. And yeah, that just put himself in a very promising position for the next game. Andley?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, again, momentum is on his side. Skill is on his side. And it will definitely, or it should be, more of the same from Juven. So, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been very nice to have this early encounter. Don't go anywhere as there's more blockbuster action for you guys as this weekend continues. Goodbye for now. Welcome back to our World Cup qualifiers. Andley, that has been a crazy first bit of the morning. Yeah, on our final weekend of the FIFA qualifiers. Nonetheless, we got Carl here, who is ready for Eddie here in studio. A little interview just to get to know the guy.
Thank you very much, Gavin and Andley. I'm now with Eddie Kads here, who is new to the whole VS Gaming studio, first time here. And he's, but I mean, you're no stranger to FIFA. 15-0 wins. 15-0, that's the right way to say it. Yeah. Think of the sporting term to say it. 15-0, and of course, you've done relatively well in the past few weekends. Maybe just take us through your progress so far in the World Cup qualifiers.
Okay, so I'm very new to the FIFA scene. I've been practicing a lot in terms of FIFA Ultimate Team. So I've just been getting my squad ready. I managed to get myself an R9, a Ronaldinho, and just pretty much I've been focusing everything on getting into this tournament, and I want to go all the way, take the 400k home.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of money, and that's the thing. Like it's the biggest prize pool. I think it's last year was third in the world for FIFA. So we're up there. We've got some of the biggest tournaments here for the World Cup, and of course, you know, today you're in studio. You're not in the comfort of your home. You're not sitting on your couch or in your bedroom. I mean, does that change the mindset at all?
Yeah, definitely it does. It does, because when you're at home, you know, you're at home. You know, you're sitting on your special chair and everything. There's no. Yeah, it's just really tough when you're now playing here, because I played a couple of warm-up games and the environment is different. You have to adjust to the monitor and everything. But once you get going, you won't stop. It's just a rolling stone, basically. Yeah.
All right, and I mean today, obviously on the Xbox, you're pushing to get into that, and I can ask Juven, I've asked the same thing. What is your hope for today? Where would you like to see yourself ending today on the overall ladder?
Definitely, I'm going for the top of the group, but I've got a very tough opponent. I know him. His name is Ryan. He's very good. He's a top 100 player on Xbox in the world. So, and he's qualified for previous events, and he won a couple of tournaments in Cape Town. He's based in Cape Town. So it's going to be tough to beat him, but I think I can get out with the win. But I'm not so worried about my other opponents. But yeah. I'm going straight for the top so that I can get a good seeding for the grand finals. That's what I'm going to do.
Cool. Confident and ready. Thank you so much, Eddie. And that's it for us here. And we're going to hand back over to Gavin and Andley. Take it away, gents.
Thanks for that one, Carl. We are ready here as these two players get themselves set before we go into this crazy encounter between Eddie and Thabo Touch. I don't know who's this one going to go to, Andy, but we've heard some insights about a few players in Eddie's side.
Yeah, no, definitely. We haven't seen these players play against each other. We haven't seen Eddie, who is in studio with us, of course. He did mention that he has R9, as in Ronaldo de Lima, the Brazilian legend, as well as one of my favorite players, Ronaldinho Gucho. And let's see if they can work their magic together.
It's going to be an exciting clash between the two of them, as they just get themselves ready before we go to this crazy encounter. And we're going to have a few words just with Eddie just before he gets into this. It's going to be tense stuff. Eddie, how are you feeling at the moment?
I'm feeling very confident. I just won my last game 2-0.
Yep.
Also, I should take this one. I hope I take it. Well, I will take it.
You will take it. I like that you pulled it up very confidently and came down a little bit, but come back up again.
Yes.
So where do you usually play Ronaldinho? Do you play him behind the strikers, or do you play him up front as well?
I actually play him on the wings.
Okay.
I play him on the wings, and then I tell him to stay wide.
Yeah.
And then I tell him, and then he cuts in
all right,
for the kill.
And in terms of the trickery that he is capable of dishing out, are you a fan of doing those tricks, or are you a straight out attacking type player?
You'll see it in the game.
I'll see it in the game. All right. I like that.
I love the tricks. I love the tricks.
I like that. I do too. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Just before we go straight into this one, Eddie, quick one before we start. Your formation of style, what do you like going with?
I go 4-3-2-1.
Okay.
I tell the two wings to drift wide, and then because I like playing a lot of wing play,
Nice.
my right backs come through, and then the centre mid they hold the fort very well. Vieira, Kante, and Milinkovic Savic. It's gonna be holding there. But yeah, that's how I play. I usually play down the wings and then cut in.
All right.
So a real savage style of play. We're going to look forward to this one. And maybe a score prediction from your side.
Score prediction. You know what? Like I said, I don't know how these two players play, but hopefully it's an exciting watch. We did get a little bit of insight saying that he has played this player before, not at this competition. but he has come out on top. So maybe a 3-1 score to our man in studio.
I think I'm gonna go with maybe a 4-0 for Eddie. The way he set up his team, the way I look at it. I mean, we've got Ronaldo. I mean, these guys are just. I mean, this whole team, Ronaldinho as well, should I say? So Vieira is the holding midfield. We've seen that quite often.
Yeah.
And someone you like using out at the back, and Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand, like I always say, the Rolls Royce of defenders, as they call him. Nice and strong, good composure, and distributes the ball like a midfield player.
Now, someone we haven't seen quite often is Esport out on the right back wing.
Yeah.
He can definitely deliver a good ball. Now, looking at the opponent's side, top of touch that is. It's got Suarez up front with Bale. Good link-up play with Griezmann behind the two of them. That's going to be an exciting meet-up. I think Modric is on the right mid there. And yeah, Andley, I'm excited for this encounter.
No, I'm very excited. One thing that differentiates Eddie here is that he says he likes to play with the wingers, whereas all our other in-studio guests and players have said they like the direct approach through the middle. So let's see if this wing play works out for him.
So just for color coding, Eddie is playing in the black kits and Tabo Touch is playing in the all South African yellow, as the banana yellow, as it's been told before. Good color scheme between the two of them. Now, early on, good Vieira possession play here. Now, Alex on the left, bringing up a good pass, just not finding the man intended. Now, what can Tabo Touch do here? He's got a lot of pace on the field. Suarez looks for the run of Griezmann. Griezmann is in some space. Great defending.
Yeah, just nudges him off the ball. I think that is good and composed. And
now we got some
Nokia action going on.
Now, Ronaldinho gives it out to Ronaldo out on the wing. Just wants to maybe find a few runners coming past him. Now, Vieira finds Azpilicueta. Now back to Vieira. Has a good trickery out in the box. Again, gets taken off. Well tackled by Tabo Touch aside. Now, again, on the counter-attack. He's got runners left and right. Finds Carvial. Looking for Griezmann out in the middle park. Very deep. Bale with a little step over. Good. Nice linker player now. Maybe Bale can get this again for the strike at goal. And he does do so. And he scores this one rather very early. Gareth Bale with a left foot. Thunderous left foot strike into the top right corner. Sending his side 1-0 up.
Yeah, powerful, powerful strike from Gareth Bale. We all know how dangerous his pace and his power can be devastating. And it's 1-0.
So Andley's favorite Son is now coming up on the left-hand side. And Ronaldinho is going to be pushed to the right.
How is he my favorite, Gavin?
I've seen
because he's Asian?
No, just because you've scored many goals with him in the previous games we played against each other when you've used Tottenham.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
Nonetheless, he has the same sort of style as what Andley used to play back in the day when Andley used to be out on the field.
Hey, I still spend some time on the field. You've seen me on the field as well.
Yeah, I've seen you more behind the controller, always killing it in the beauty of FIFA. Nonetheless, if you're just joining us, this is Eddie up against Tabo. Tabo's in the yellow kit. He's just put his side up 1-0. And Eddie making a few changes to maybe bring his team leveled. A little bit of trouble, but plenty of time to go, Andley.
Yeah, no, lots of time to go. I don't think it's time to get worried just yet. I think the first goal is important just to settle the nerves. But yeah, lots and lots of times for that next goal to come in.
Now the strike comes in here. Great early encounter there from Ronaldo. Kante needs to maybe just get this ball back. He does so. It's small. And loses it out to the bigger player. Now Modric just waiting for a few runners. Gives it out to Alba. Suarez. Griezmann couldn't take the touch that he really wanted to. Could have been dangerous times there for Eddie. If he had controlled that ball, would have been one-on-one with the keeper. Now the counter is on for Eddie. Sides against it, maybe just controls the midfield. Possessional player from Vieira is more important. Now Alex, seen him quite often. And Savage just going down rather easily in the box. Claiming for a penalty, doesn't get it. Now the break is on now for Tabo. Can he send the ball out wide? Looks for the runner. And it looks like Griezmann is running in towards the box. But loses out possession. Andley.
Yeah, no, I think still feeling out process between the two players. Like we said, Thabo Touch did get his early goal, but it hasn't settled the game in any way or form. Both players are actually still trying to find their feet.
Now, Esport in a lot of space. Needs to find a cross. And now the goal has been opened up.
Goal! 1-1.
Go, boys.
And that is exactly what Eddie is all about.
Yeah.
The initial strike cross, should I say, coming in. Keeper had to be forced to maybe make the block. Otherwise, it would have been an easy tap in. And the ball was in a very comfortable position for a nice tap in towards, should I say, an empty net. And goalkeeper in no man's land. And Eddie has leveled things up here with Ronaldo. And it brings it up to 1-1.
Yeah, Ronaldo, one of, for me, the best striker that the world has ever seen. And clinical finishing.
It's been a crazy first half up to now. Not too sure how Thabo Touch is going to get back into this one, because he's going to try and force more attackers upfield now. Ronaldinho on the ball, the man with a lot of skill.
Yeah, no, I love, you can just see from his form on the ball that it is Ronaldinho, and something magic
Savage
will happen.
with a tip over, and can he take the strike? Keeper forced the save on the left. Son now puts in a delicious cross. Ronaldo tries a bit of tricks again. Not working in his favor just yet. This is where Thabo can be quite dangerous on the break. Looking to hold the ball up. Loses it out to Kante. Very strong centre defender, but now a lot of space out wide here. Son was in a very, should I say, was in a very promising position if that ball had to reach him, Andley.
Yeah, no, definitely, but a good interception, I think. And now we have Thabo Touch back on the ball. Again, stolen and gets it back. I think both players are spreading the ball very, very well. They are equally composed. And it is end-to-end stuff. Ooh, just drags it out wide. I think he is going to be very disappointed not to have scored that one. And Eddie, I think you must be quite relieved to not concede that one there.
Yeah, the keeper.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
Just need to settle down a bit.
Yeah.
Eddie needs to settle himself down, maybe put a few more passes together. He is a little bit vulnerable at the back with all the go-forward ball. Vieira is pushed up quite far, so that does create a bit of space for Thabo on the counter, especially to get himself in behind. And Esport is linking it up well with Ronaldo. Has a trick or two, does give it out to Son. Ooh. Nice, good drag over. Now 1-1 the keeper, and it's a great finish here. Puts it into the bottom right corner. Leading from the front was Thabo, and now it looks like Eddie has managed to put himself in the lead with a 2-1 before we even have to go into half-time. Andley?
No, that was great play. Again, the finesse in and around that 18-yard box, making the difference. And he slotted home nice and calmly.
Great finish there from Savage. Savage goal nonetheless. Now, what can Thabo come up with now? He needs to score before half-time to maybe just take the pressure off, because he is one goal down. Suarez does find a good ball out, but loses it instead out to Kante. Now he's in a lot of space. Got runners left and right. Who does he go? Maybe wants to give it to Ronaldo, but decides to go back to what looked like Vieira. Swings a great ball out to Alex, using the width of the field. That's always good to see that in FIFA. Ronaldo looking for a runner. Has the runner, just couldn't give the pass out early enough. Ronaldo would have been one-on-one of the keeper, and 9 out of 10 times he is fancied to score those.
Now, I'm actually enjoying the way that Eddie's playing, because we haven't seen that much wing play, slotting the ball from the wide end, and that's exactly what he's doing, and it has led to his goals.
Ronaldinho making the run. Will he get the ball? He might just get this one. Gives it out to Ronaldo, the goal scorer. Tracks onto the right foot. And the shot has been blocked from the defender.
Yeah,
Keeper throws it out to Modric.
No, that was very, very well blocked. As you know, if Ronaldo gets hold of that ball, he can bury it from anywhere.
The only problem I have with the good wing play from Eddie is that he's left his whole midfield rather vulnerable. Griezmann puts in a delicious cross. Does come out to Bale. And the keeper has forced a great save. De Gea, one of the bests out there. Now Alex just running the ball out for a half-time whistle from the referee. And I think if we just have a few words here with Eddie, I think that first goal coming from Thabo has put you a little bit under pressure.
Yeah, it did today. But I'm just getting into the swing of my game. As you can see, 60% possession. I'm controlling the game, but just haven't taken all my opportunities, but second half, taking no prisoners.
Yeah, no, very well done. I saw you try a few fancy tricks that right at the beginning that probably didn't come off as you wanted it, and you got punished because of that. But as soon as you scored those 2 goals, I think the confidence started flowing and you started to get them to actually work in your favor.
Yeah, it's all about the confidence at the end of the day. Just taking your chances. When once you're confident, all the skill moves, everything just starts pulling off, and everything just goes your way.
Definitely.
Good luck for second half as we get straight into it. Tabo touch. The man needs to score a goal now to get his side back into it. Gives the ball away rather cheaply. Ronaldinho. Good step over. Man, the guy's got good skill. 5-star indeed. Ronaldinho gets it back again in the middle of the park. Gives out to Ronaldo. Or Savage, should I say. Does manage to get the shot off. Good clean-up work here from the keeper.
Oh, dangerous throw out there by the goalkeeper.
That was not exactly what was planned on the training grounds from the keeper to give that one away like that, but it has come off rather in his favor. Now Son finds Aspilicueta. Son rather in a very unusual position than usual. Kante. Vieira. Back to Kante in a lot of space. Gives it out to Ronaldo. Ronaldo tries to take the shot, but good defending. Gets forced out for a goal kick by the looks of things. Ref not saying that there was any touch there.
I thought that was a goal corner, Gavin.
Now the ball does get played up to the middle of the park. Casemiro finds Modric. Back to Casemiro. Good run coming in there. Advantage being played. Little tackle off the ball there. Bale does find a pass out to Suarez. Does find one to take the shot on, but the ball just getting taken out under his feet. Good defending there, Andley.
No, very, very good defending. Again, it's nice and composed to find his outfield players to start distributing the ball. And again, that can be the difference between winning and losing. Be able to be composed in those situations.
Come on, boys, come on.
Forced shots coming in from Ronaldo.
I think Eddie might be disappointed with himself because he had options left and right, but chose to go with the shot. But he does still have the ball.
Son just having to beat one player, but the second player doing a good job wrapping around to come and help on the defensive side and doing the duties that they do best. Good play through the middle here from Griezmann. Gets it back. Maybe a strike from Bale now. Suarez, Griezmann on the left foot. Can he finish? And he does so indeed. Great build-up play. Good little triangle formation play, and Griezmann has finished this one in the bottom left corner to level matters up here, Andley.
No, I think he let him have too much time or too much space to have that turn. And Griezmann, again, one of the best players in the world, young players in the world right now, and he will punish you.
Now Ronaldo, what can he do on the edge of the box? Savage with a strike, and the ball gets played out for a corner. First corner coming in for what looks like Eddie's side. How does he play this one? Also goes for the direct corner. And Ronaldo just couldn't get up high enough. The ball does get played out for a goal kick instead. Lloris, the man on the ball, needs to look for a few players. This is what we're talking about, the possessional play from the back, Andley.
Yeah, definitely. Again, long ball out. Luckily, it found the player.
Now the ball's given away. Ronaldinho on the ball. Has a trick, one or two. Tries to work the angle to take the shot, but it hits the defender.
Let's focus.
Yeah, some personal motivation going there on Eddie's side. He did not like conceding that earlier goal or that equalizing goal. So let's see how he pushes to put himself back in the lead.
Suarez, good link-up play with Griezmann. Needs to find the ball back to Suarez. Bale. Suarez almost getting to the end of that one. Aspilicueta needs to look for a runner. Decides to go across field. Delicious long ball. And now the ball does get played out to Son. He finds himself in a lot of space. Wants to have link-up play with Savage. Does get the pass away the second time round. Now Son again. Can he fancy this on the right foot? And the ref not giving any free kick there for that tackle.
Yeah, I think he probably should have taken that shot on. It was a good angle. I wasn't sure which player had the ball. But try to be a little bit too fancy there.
Yeah, true.
It's always nice to just get a good solid one-on-one with the keeper to maybe just have a 9 out of 10 finish. Now Ronaldinho makes a good run. Still has possession of the ball.
Yeah, holds the ball up really, really well.
Vieira back to Aspilicueta. Finds Kante. We just needed to find the pass. Now the ref does give the free kick. Now what can we make of this? Maybe a chance for Ronaldinho or someone of the likes of Ronaldo. Fakes one. Second shot gets faked again. Now the third one coming in. Well played. Yeah!
Oh,
Great
what a
World Cup
goal!
play coming in from Ronaldinho.
What a goal! What a goal, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the most well-worked free kick routines that I have seen, scored by one of my favorite players. I think Eddie is pretty chuffed with himself at the moment.
That
Big
was
smile from
that was a
Eddie's side.
fantastic workup play. Probably something that has been practiced on the practice grounds. And Lee, he has found himself
Yeah.
a goal to put himself 3-2 up.
Yep.
Ronaldinho, the man of the hour,
No,
has
perfect
put his
timing.
side in. And nonetheless, that was a fantastic strike.
It really, really was. The timing of the run from Ronaldinho was, yeah, it fooled me even.
Yeah, I did think that maybe the third guy was going to take the shot. Nonetheless, it was a good pass. And nice through ball, really well worked, taking out the whole wall in the equation. Now Kante needing to look for a few runners, finds Vieira. Ronaldinho forcing the pass. Now the break is on for Tabo. What can he do with the ball? He needs to score next to maybe bring his side level. Griezmann just tracking it back, not backing his pace. Ronaldo's on the ball. Gives it a nice long ball out to Song. Can he finish? He does drive it with the left foot strike. Not clear just yet. And it might just be a penalty.
Is it a penalty? It is indeed.
Maybe a late sliding challenge coming in. Maybe we get to see the replay of this. But the ref has just given a warning. No cards for that penalty. So probably a soft one.
Yeah, I think that was a very interesting one. Rather soft in my books. Was it the goalkeeper or was it Jordi Alba that actually committed that foul?
Now the penalty taker puts it into the corner. And the keeper has gone the right way. But the way the penalty was taken was just put in such a position that I don't think any keeper would get to.
Once again, Ronaldo is one of the best strikers on earth in his prime. And yeah, no chance for any goalkeeper there.
Either way, Eddie has found himself lucky to have found himself a penalty. And he did make it count by burying the goal in the top right corner. As they say, a penalty will always be scored if you find the corner. Now, looks like we got a Griezmann's getting replaced here. Probably some last-minute changes for Tabo to get back into this one, as he needs to score 2 to equalize things. Andley?
Yeah, no, I think with 8 minutes left in the game, that is a tall order. But never say never, right?
Kavial just needing to find a cross, and it does manage to do so.
What a save.
Ball's not well cleared.
I think that was a wrong button pressed there by Tabo.
Suarez just needed to find composure to maybe score. And rather gets pushed out of play. Now the long ball does come in. Son. It's out to Ronaldo. He's in the offsides position from Son. But he does applaud to the pass, as it was a good one indeed.
Yep. I think it's back to the drawing board for Tabu in the second game. I think this game is well wrapped up with 4-2 being the scoreline with so little time left to play. And I guess Eddie's backing his words. He wants to go for that cash. He says he knows what he's doing, and he has showed us that he knows what he's doing.
Son with a good step over. Just losing it out rather cheaply. Now the break is on for Tabo. If he scores now, this could just make things a little bit exciting, maybe to get forced out for extra time. If he pulls another one back at the end of the 90th minute. Now, extra time has been awarded. Stoppage time, shall I say. Not a very good clearance coming from Eddie's side. Suarez finds Bale. Doesn't want to take the strike on. Maybe the ref might just call the game. Always there time for one more attack from Eddie's side. Looks like Ronaldo is in a bit of an injury.
Yeah,
luckily it's the end of the game, and Eddie has taken this first one between the two of them. Tabo has played some promising football, just not finishing the chances he had. And I think if we can have a little word with Eddie, how do you feel after taking that one rather convincingly 4-2?
I was very disappointed with that game. I think it's just first game blues. I had a lot of chances. I let in a lot of goals that I wasn't supposed to let in. But moving forward, the nerves are off now. I think in the next game I should play a lot better than I played now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I did see you, like I said, you did show your skill, but those first 2 goals seemed to come in rather fortuitously for Tabo's team, and as soon as you settled in, you dictated the play and you were composed on the ball. Again, we talk about composure a lot. Is that one of your key abilities that you would say, to be composed from defense, building up to offense?
Yes, I like to build it up, as you show. I always put it out wide and then work it from there. So in terms of composure, yeah, in this game it wasn't there because I missed a lot of opportunities, but it's actually a very big part of my game.
Yeah.
I'm going to improve in that in the next game, and I'm going to work hard.
If we just have a nice little feel from how is it different from here now, as you can actually hear us commentate your game? Is it a bit more pressurized for yourself, or do you feel like it's quite exciting and it gets you more motivated?
Well, it's my first time. First, it was a bit nerve-wracking, but then when you get used to it, it's actually quite exciting, you know. And hearing you guys commenting like, oh, no, that was a nice skill, you know, he did that, he did this, what a penalty, you know. So once you get into it, I think it's actually quite nice. It's actually quite nice.
Oh, great. That's exactly what we would like to hear. And being in a different scenario, like we were saying, compared to when you're at home is very, very different. And the level of players that you're playing against in this tournament is very different as well. And I think Eddie did really, really well to back his words. He said that he is good, and he has showed us that he is good. And let us know let us think about how he will do in the next one.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of a replay shuffle here just to see some of the highlights from that game. And just a bit, we're going to go into this one now. Now, Bale has given out this one to Suarez. Bale did find himself in a good run position to maybe link up play with Griezmann. And good finish on the left foot. That is something you'd want to fancy.
Yeah, it's Gareth Bale's left foot, you know.
Now, the second one coming again. Yeah, the keeper just blocking that one.
Yeah.
And good finish from Ronaldo. I wouldn't say it was an open goal. It was still difficult to finish those, but he did put it into the corner.
Yeah.
And then this is now Eddie's second goal, putting him 2-1 up. Very good trickery coming in there from the left. Now to Sane, working the space, and again, just opening up space for a one-on-one scenario. And in that position, you're not going to have any sort of doubt of scoring the goal.
Yeah.
And now if we can just look at the nice link-up player from Bale. He finds himself a bit lucky in that turn. Griezmann, now if we can just pause the replay there and rewind it a little bit back. Look at how the triangular formation from Thabo, this is quite exciting. That triangle formation build-up play is really, really good. Like, Bell's on the ball. Look at the run. There goes Griezmann. Bell gives out the ball. Suarez links up with Griezmann in a lot of space, does track it to his left foot. He's rather very good with both feet, and that puts himself level.
No, I think he was unlucky.
Now, Andy, this one. This was your favorite.
This was definitely my favorite. That fake run from Ronaldinho even confused me. And I mean, that is clinical. That is absolutely clinical. We know what Ronaldinho can do.
Yeah.
But for Eddie to actually execute that play, brilliant.
And then this penalty, though, was... I mean, look at how... This is very difficult to execute. To get it into the corner and to give that amount of power behind it is exactly what you want, Andy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the keeper went the right way.
Yeah.
But... I think for the keeper to get there is, I mean, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a stutter step there from Ronaldo as well that maybe could have put the goalkeeper off. But you know what? Like you said, power, precision, and he beat the goalkeeper quite easily.
That was a very well taken penalty to take his side into a flawless victory of 4-2. And it was very close to your scoreline, as you predicted, as 4-1. I also managed to think of the scoreline as 4-0. So we did see 4 goals coming in from Eddie. I think we got our cards and played our cards right in thinking that Eddie, I'm predicting that he was the more, should I say, creative player between the two of them. But Thabo, all credit towards him. I think he can still pull this one back.
No, he definitely still has something that he can pull out of his sleeves. But I think it's in terms of strategy that he needs to be a bit more composed on the ball. I think his defense in terms of not committing his players so much. But at the end of the day, Eddie has great tricks up his sleeve, and those tricks seems to be the difference. I think that one goal, I think the equalizing goal for Thabo, it was quite lucky for him because Ferdinand was running in one direction, and he just ran past Griezmann for him to slot it in.
Yes.
So I think that's unlucky. Could have been 3-1 actually, or 4-1 actually.
You've mentioned it before, Andy, that you kind of create your own luck, and you got to make sure you capitalize on that and score those goals in the final third, because we have seen a few guys before in the previous weekends where they have all the possession, but they're not really scoring the goals. So it's very key to make sure that you are working on the final play in scoring those goals. But yes, Eddie does need to work a little bit more on defensive structure as well. And
Yeah, I think, like I said, it was first game jitters, having us in his ear, talking to him while he's playing in-game. I remember, I think I heard his cell phone go off. Ladies and gentlemen, public service announcement, when you are playing in-studio, just remember to switch off your cell phones, otherwise your mum's call and whatnot might just distract you a little bit.
yeah, maybe everyone is watching at home as he does get his gameplay showed up on YouTube later on. In fact, we might have to have it subscribed, and if you want to see some more action, click on the little bell below, and yeah, then you'll definitely get some more of this as we go into the day further on. It has been exhilarating stuff, Andy, and I can't wait to get into this next game between the two of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I am looking very, very much forward to the second game.
Yeah, this game's going to definitely be a good one, because Tabo's going to want to come back and fight hard for it.
Yeah, definitely. Eddie, how are you feeling about the next game? Are we going to see a greater scoreline than well? Are we going to see more skills? What are we going to see?
Yeah, I played a bit disappointing in the first game, but in this game, I'm looking for a much better scoreline. I'm going to concede a lot less goals. I just need to work on my defense, and should be fine.
Like I said, I think maybe you lost a bit of concentration when the came up there, didn't it?
Yeah, and that early goal sort of shook me a bit.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, but you came back strong and led the game and finished with a convincing win. So well done. Let's see if you can pile on the pressure and score that first goal for the next match.
Maybe we see a good overhead kick or bicycle kick coming in play.
We'll see. We'll see. Depends how high up I am at the time.
If you look at his formation, what do you feel is a threat for you?
I think his triangle, his front triangle, Bale, Suarez, and Griezmann, they're causing a lot of problems in that triangle play of his.
Yeah.
That's where he got all his goals. So I just need to shut that down, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, good luck for this one, Eddie. As we go straight into this one, Taubo again in the South African Bafana kit. The banana yellow, as it's been called before. And Eddie in studio has got the all black kit. Real Madrid black kit it is indeed. Andley taking us into this second encounter between these two guys. I would call them heavyweights with the way they play football. It's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's always just a pleasure to see Ronaldo and Ronaldinho on the ball, regardless if it's in e-football or in real life. And yeah, that's the kind of sports or the kind of football that I like watching.
I like how Eddie's actually altered his team to put in a high pressure. It's really good experience coming in from the guy. Now, Ronaldo with some tricks. Beats one. Needs to maybe find the cross. Does so.
Oh, Ronaldinho! That's my boy.
That is a goal from Ronaldinho. Great cross coming in from Ronaldo. Beats the player to open up the space. Great curling cross. Defender finds himself in no man's land. Ronaldinho beats the player in front of him. Gets in front of the defender. And maybe a bit of luck with the keeper making an effort to save it. But nonetheless, right place, the right time. And puts his side in the lead with 3 minutes, Andley.
Yeah, no, another quick goal. Brazilians linking up like they do in real life. Beautiful goal. Unlucky to Hugo Lloris for not saving that goal. But yeah, 1-0, and let's hope for more.
Now, what can Taubo come up with? Yeah, this is probably the first time in the game he's actually got the ball or got any sort of possession. Alex on the left wing. Very well played left back. Been used quite often amongst a lot of the guys out here in studio. Ronaldo. Behind Savage. Gives it out to Ronaldinho. Good chip over the top from Ronaldo. Can he finish on the volley?
Ooh.
Tries to drag it back. Good defending.
Yeah, very, very good defending. Just muscled him off the ball.
This is where Taubo is quite dangerous with his breaks. Now the long ball, one-on-one of the keeper. Is he offsides?
Yeah.
Keeper does bring him back. That was probably very close stuff, Andley.
Yeah, no, ref brought him back for the offside. No, I think we spotted coming. I think he did play a high line in terms of defense, and the offside trap actually worked very, very well for him.
Taubo was probably beating himself for not passing the ball early on. Could have had himself one-on-one of the keeper and possibly a goal to equalize things up. Now the long-range strike coming in from Ronaldo.
Yeah, dangerous from any part of that field.
Savage just keeps this one in field. The ref didn't see anything wrong with the late challenge coming in. Alex on the ball. Gives it out to Ronaldo on the edge of the box. He has that a fair share amount of the ball. Now Vieira gives it back to Conte. Ronaldo just wants to track it back, work up the angle. Nice, good step over. Now again, Ronaldinho, link-up play again, finds a second goal, 13 minutes in. And a good step over from Ronaldo to open up the space. And Ronaldinho with a lethal run, splitting the defense for a nice, easy tap-in.
Yeah,
Handley.
no, Ronaldinho has scored with his head, with his right foot. And let's see if he can score with his left foot next. Beautiful, beautiful goal.
Very exciting stuff from both these players, as they are legends of the past and probably still arguably legends, as we see that they've just scored 2 fantastic goals. Good link-up play from both of them, and Ronaldinho could be on his hat-trick pretty soon, Andley.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see a hat-trick from Ronaldinho.
Now,
And,
the volley comes in. This is exciting stuff here from Thabo. Finishes the volley, and what a great cross it is for Modric to probably score a fantastic strike, bringing his side back into this whole equation. And that was a very good finish, Andley.
That was a very, very good finish. Maybe the nerves might start setting it for both these players again. Let's see who scores the next goal and makes the difference.
Well, we've seen Thabo lead in the previous game and then losing it. Could this be the same happening to Eddie? For now, he's on the ball. Gives the ball out to Son. Has a little step over and a strike coming in very viciously.
No, very good turn there.
Thabo is very good with these counter-attacks. Got a lot of players up front. Waiting for the runner. The runner is making a very good sprint upfield there. Bale it is. Can he deliver a good cross? Links up with Suarez. Can take the strike.
Oh, 2-2, ladies and gentlemen.
Suarez with great work to work that ball onto his left foot, opening up the space, putting it into the corner. And this is an equalizer in the 20th minute. 4 goals already, Andley.
Yeah, game on, game on. You know what? I think we've always talked about how after you scored, you become the most vulnerable to goals, and 2-0 is also the most dangerous lead that you can carry through, and that's exactly what's happened. It was 2-0. You're confident. Immediately after that second goal from Eddie, Thabo came and scored 2 goals.
Eddie, any reason why you're making the tactical change here?
Because it's 2-2.
Yeah, you saw Son was on the counter that he just scored, Son was on the wrong side, which is why he missed that opportunity. So I think that the reason why I conceded the counter is because I had switched my strikers. So I think I need to play them on the correct side and then get back into the game.
Well, a lot of pressure is on at stake, as there's been 4 goals scored, 2 apiece.
Yep.
20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
It's a blockbuster so far. Andley now. Kickoff is on the way again. Vieira on the ball, the man with a plan. Gives it out to what looks like is Alex. Does very well with his open play on the left and the right backs. To Aspilicueta now. He's got a runner. It finds Kante. Needs to look for a little turnover here to Savage. Does work around to the right foot. But maybe just too much power and sends it over the bar.
Yeah, I think a little bit more composure on that strike would have done better for him, but good attempt nonetheless.
Casemiro controlling things in the middle of the park. Griezmann. Bale. Looks like a good run on the left wing there. Wasn't played out from Thabo. Surprised he didn't spot that. The player was making a lethal space run. Now Alex on the ball for Eddie's side. No one really committing to make the challenge. Savage gives it out to Alex again. Savic. Nice long cross to Aspilicueta. He can strike them from quite a bit out. Ronaldo. Turnover. Has the strike. Great left corner finish there. I'm so blown away from the goal. The way he opened up the space. I lost my words. But that was a fantastic strike from Ronaldo. Finding the left corner. And Eddie has found his ways.
Yeah, like we keep on saying, Ronaldo in those positions, the best in the world for me as a striker. And yeah, he created that space for himself to bury it into the bottom left. And he's doing what Ronaldo does best.
5th goal now, Andley, and there's only 30 minutes gone into this game. Will we see more?
No, I think we will definitely see more, Gavin.
So now kickoff again, 15 minutes before half time. What can Thabo come up with? Beats one. Alba. He now needs to find a runner. Does find Griezmann a lot of space. Suarez looks for Griezmann again, and the pass has just been cut out. Great defensive work. Eddie just needs to find more composure. Now he's found himself a bit lucky to get that one back. Good long ball to Aspilicueta. Kante Gives it back. Needs to make a run. Ref playing an advantage. As Kante's run was blocked off there. Vieira. Looks for a pass out to Kante. Kante fakes the pass back. Now Ronaldo is in a good position to maybe fence this. Tries the back heel. And they can't link up with Savic to maybe score that one. The break is on now for Thabo. What does he do with the ball? Griezmann. Bale. Suarez. Triangular play again. Bale. Through ball for probably Casemiro, who's in offside position.
That was unfortunate, but he was in an offside position. But yeah, let off for Eddie.
Good play nonetheless from both these guys. As we approach in half-time, maybe we'll see one more goal as Alex is now on the ball. Son, Alex again. Can he find a good cross? Sides against it. Maybe fakes it. Now he brings it back onto his weaker right foot. Son finds the ball in a rather promising position. And now the break is on for Thabo. Modric. Griezmann. Not enough tag players to pass to. Waiting for a few runners as hold up is in the middle of the field. Good run here from Modric. Griezmann finds the ball. Lets it slide through his legs to give a good pass to Casemiro. Suarez. Out to Bale. Suarez in a good position. Takes a shot on. Good defending. Now the corner to come. What can Zawa make from it before half-time is blown? Bale. Direct free kick. Well defended from Eddie's side. Needs to wait for a run or two. Goes across his own keeper's box to square the ball up for an attacking, supporting run. Comes back to Alex's side. Now the ref has signaled
3 minutes.
3 minutes of stoppage time before we go into the break. Kante, Ronaldo, he can fancy them from here. Gives a nice ball out to Azpilicueta, finds himself in a lot of space. Now Ronaldinho with a step over, tracks it once, drags the shot on the right foot. Maybe just too many touches inside the box. Did work the angle well. And I think Thabo is lucky that one didn't find the back of the net.
No, I think Ronaldinho just scuffed that, pulled that wide. But, you know, what a game. It does not disappoint. 5 goals in the first half is what we like to see. And as we can see, Eddie is dominating position. Shot accuracy, however, still leaning towards Thabo's side. But, yeah, great game nonetheless. What do you think, Gavin?
I think it's been a tight one so far. As Eddie, I think he's quite lucky to find himself 3-2 in the lead going into the break. Eddie, any thoughts before we go into the second half?
Yeah, same mistakes again. You saw that 2 up gave away the lead, counter attack. He's playing with his triangles. I just need to shut that down. But yeah, that's all I need to work on right now.
Yeah, definitely. You do have the lead, so you're still in a comfortable position, but you do want to definitely score more goals.
Yes, I need to seal it off. I think I need about 3 more goals for me.
Well, good luck for second half, Eddie, as we get straight into it. Now it looks like Alba's on the ball. Needs to work the angle. Does find Bale. Bale looks for a runner. Gets Griezmann. Griezmann can finish them there from Suarez. Wants to work the left foot again. Not really well cleared from Eddie. Good drag over from Modric. The shot coming in, forcing the keeper for a fantastic save, and the ball just kept in here from Azpilicueta.
Very nicely done.
Now the break is on from Vieira. Ronaldinho. Very dangerous in this. Now finds Ronaldo, the good run. Does he track it onto his left foot? Does do so.
Oh, what a block.
Good tackle coming in from Thabo. Alba. Very long run coming in from him. He's a bit tired, so does decide to spread it now. Eddie is in a bit of trouble if that pass did make its way to the runner of Suarez.
Yeah,
Kante.
Runner was offside. I think he needs to hold before he sends his players on a run, or actually make that pass a little bit earlier.
Vieira looking for some support. Finds Alex. Son drags it onto his right foot. Does go for the corner and finds the back of the net. It was probably the nicest way to finish that goal off. And great build-up play. And the way he brought it around to swing it onto his stronger foot, the right foot it is. And it's a curling effort into the corner, Andley.
No, very, very well worked. I think one of the key differences here is having those overlapping runs. We aren't seeing those wing plays as often, but he is just as potent through the middle.
Son has put his side 2 goals in the lead.
Would you like
above now.
to? Would you like to pronounce his first name for us, there, Gavin?
I'm going to maybe give that one a skip because that looks rather very difficult. Nonetheless, he is the goal scorer, and what a goal it was, Andley.
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
Ronaldinho on the wing here. What can he make with the ball? He's always got some good tricks up his sleeve. Now he finds Ronaldo. Wants to square it up. I thought he might have just taken the shot on.
Should have shot that.
Very, very tight angle, though.
Very tight angle, but Ronaldo is capable of scoring those. Griezmann finds Suarez. Griezmann still wanted to make the run, backs it off. Suarez in a lot of space. Does he want to take the shot? Good sliding tackle. And the ball gets played out into the heels of the defender. Now Azpilicueta. Who does he find? Good hold-up play here from Eddie. Maybe in a more comfortable position with 2 goals in the bag. Should I say 4-2 in the lead now. Now Azpilicueta again with this promising run. Gives it back out to Kante. Finds Ronaldo. Good defending from Tabo's side. Now the break is on again. Modric. All the players are running rather central than wide. Suarez just waiting for some more support. Does find Bale with a lethal left footer. Will he take the shot on? It's not well cleared from Eddie's side.
Yeah. No, but very composed on the ball. I mean, he's making the right decisions again. That's the difference. You know, we were talking about how good players know exactly what they want to do with the ball even before they do with the ball. They preempt their attack, and this is exactly what Eddie's doing very, very well.
Vieira waits for a few options. Does keep the ball well. Oh, good pass. Link-up play now. Ball gets pushed out to Savi. Now Alex. What can he do with all the space he's got? Finds Ronaldinho in a promising position.
Let's see some magic.
Vieira, Ronaldinho. Looks for Kante. Maybe the ball gets shifted out to Azpilicueta again. Kante maybe just needed to pass it there, but
Come on.
chip kick coming in, maybe for some hopeful headers coming from Eddie's side. Now Tabo on the break. Suarez looks for Bale and does find him. Griezmann. Bale carries on with a run. He can fancy the shot from this distance, but well blocked. Maybe Eddie can build up play again from the back. Gives it out to Son, the goal scorer. Waiting for a few runners left and right. Gives it to Savage. Azpilicueta the wraparound with a lot of space. Ronaldo on the edge of the box. Takes a shot on.
Boom, baby.
And buries it. Ronaldo with a fantastic strike just outside the box.
Yeah.
Puts his side in the lead.
Yeah.
And Tabo wants to make some tactical changes.
Yeah, no, 5-2, I think game, set, and match to Eddie. Yeah, no, definitely. He came out with the goods. And 5-2, you think, any idea if he can make a scoreline change?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one between this second half for these guys. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting way for Tabo to maybe try and get back into this one. He's got a bit of a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
Eddie.
I think, yeah. Eddie, what do you think? Happy with your scoreline so far?
Yeah, it should be 5-0. I conceded, you know, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot more confident now, and everything's flowing. Yeah, I think I should actually score a couple more goals after.
Yeah, as long as you have more goals for than against, you're still in the clear.
Good strike coming in from Ronaldo at the edge of the box. And that does put his side 5-2 up. 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Eddie doesn't want to do anything silly to maybe fight his way back into this one from Tabo. Now the changes are coming in. Marcelo, one of the changes. Interesting one, Andley?
Yeah, no, definitely. Marcelo is a pacey left wing back, let me put it that way. And he does have a boot on him. So, again, he can be quite potent in his attacking.
Yeah, he's very, very good with that wraparound. And now I think maybe Eddie just needs to work the ball, keep composure. And now Azpilicueta does have a little 1-2 there with Ronaldinho in the middle of the park. He's got a lot of skill. What can he come up with? Waiting for maybe some support. Does find the run of Savic. Son waiting for Ronaldo and brings onto his left foot. That is the finish we are talking about. Son drags it onto the open side play. Doesn't find himself in a position to finish on his right,
Yeah.
but he does so on his left.
Yeah, no, that drag back totally bamboozled that defender. He went to the kitchen there to get a sandwich, and he buried that exactly like how he should.
Fantastic play coming in from Eddie's side. Good track there. Oh, what finesse play from Son. And that puts his side 6-2 in the lead. And Andley, your thoughts for about 8 minutes to go for Tabo's sake?
No, just more goals, hopefully. You know, 6-2. No ways to come back from that. I think Eddie has wrapped up this leg of the matches 2-0, and he's done it convincingly. Yeah, he made a few silly mistakes here and there in terms of his defending, but as long as you score more goals, you know, no worries.
Kante, the smallest player on the field, probably puts in one of the biggest tackles yet. Now Ronaldo gets shoved off the ball with a few runners left and right. Maybe a last-minute goal-scoring opportunity, and the ref just bringing this one back on the edge of the box for a free kick. What can Tabo come up with here? We've seen some interesting free kicks from Eddie in the previous game. Tabo lines it up with Bale. Can he take this one directly? We haven't seen that just yet. Does fancy it. Puts it low and hard, but rather catching practice for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think in that position you would probably back Gareth Bale to make some magic happen, but that was not the case this time. But he still has the ball, and let's see if he can pull something out of his hat.
Good defending coming in from Eddie. Now the break is on. Ronaldinho in a lot of space. Carries on with his run. Not just the quickest player, but most importantly, he's the most skillful player. Now Son wants it back. Doesn't get it back. Ronaldo with a good run through the middle. And well defended from Tabo. Stoppage time, and 2 minutes is what's allocated for this crazy encounter. One-on-one with the keeper from Tabo. Does he finish it? He doesn't find the corner. He needed to hold it on to a little bit longer.
Yeah.
The composure was lacking, Andley.
Yeah, composure was definitely lacking. But you know what? Would have made that much of a difference. It would have made the scoreline look a bit better. But you know what? 6-2, 6-3, it's more of the same thing.
Here comes the run from the keeper we're talking about. And
just as he was about to run out.
Nonetheless, congratulations to Eddie for taking both wins convincingly. And I mean, the way the goals went in second half, that was rather more comfortable play from Eddie, the Eddie we know. Eddie, your thoughts?
Yeah, much better, much better. Should have been 6-0, but I've learned from my mistakes. I need to watch those triangles in the counters. I just need to switch up my tactics for a bit, and then, a very good game, very good game. I'm very impressed with myself. The next game's going to be tough. Playing against Ryan. He's a top 100 player, like I said in my interview, and it's going to be a good game. I've played him a couple of times before. Sometimes he wins, sometimes I win. So, and this is now to top the log because I've already qualified now. I've won 2 of my games, so it's for the top seeding. So it's going to be
congratulations.
It's going to be a very good game.
So in terms of the game that we just saw, who would be your man of the match? Who would you give man of the match to on players on your team?
Son, definitely.
Okay.
Son. Definitely Son.
Asian brother represent.
People usually focus on the Brazilians up there, but to me, Son actually plays the biggest part in my team. In terms of attack, because if he's the one who sets Ronaldo and Ronaldinho through, and then when he gets the chance, as you saw, he buries every single shot that he gives. So
I like the little 1-2 touch where you threw that defender. Like I said, he went to the kitchen. He did not know where the heck he was, and that was beautiful. That even took me out. I was like, wow.
Well, Eddie, we do know that your attack is something that is spectacular, but now you do seem to maybe want to go to the drawing board on your defensive structure. How would you like to change that?
What I'm gonna do. In terms of my defensive structure, instead of getting my midfielder to stay back while attacking, I'm going to get all 3 of them to stay back while attacking. But that's only if I take the lead, because the best thing to do is to score first and then work on your defense. So what I'm going to do is look for the early goal in my next game and then tell the 3 midfielders to stay back while attacking, and then just play with the ball in the middle with the wings, invite him and then hit him on the counter.
Yeah, something that I saw, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that when the attacks are coming in, especially with those triangle passes, sometimes you commit it a little bit too early, just a little bit, and then he would overshoot you. I think that's also something that maybe you can work on in terms of anticipating the play a little bit better, not to jump the gun.
Yes, definitely. I jumped the gun all the goals that he scored is because I was jumping the gun. He was sucking my defender out. I didn't have the discipline to stay back. So I just need to work on my discipline with my defenders because they're quick enough to get back. So I just need to not commit and
overcommit.
Overcommit.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, you did manage to take that one 6-2 convincingly. Congratulations on the win, and congratulations on both games,
Thanks.
winning them respectively. And yeah, I would say probably what's your highlight of the two of them?
Sorry?
What's your highlight of the two of them?
My highlight of the two of them.
All the goals.
All the goals, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about getting the W at the end of the day. I don't have a specific highlight. I never got the chance to show off the tricks that I can pull.
Yeah.
Because I've been letting in too many goals. But yeah, all the goals at the end of the day. As you can see, I've been controlling possession. My average for all of the games has been at least 60% possession.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm playing pretty well.
Yeah, your possessional play is rather very exciting, shall I say. We haven't seen such great possession amongst all the games so far. And yeah, I think, Andley, any thoughts before we close off?
Yeah, I just want to say my highlight was that Son goal right at the end. Which one would be your goal of the match?
I just like the way that Son brought both strikes. He brought it around the player, beating the one-on-one defender with a lot of ease, and then obviously there's still work to be done, and scoring the goal and then putting it into the corner was probably my highlight. Yours?
No, that's about the same thing.
Is it? Yeah. Well, I think this has been exciting up till now. I think if you've just joined us, don't go anywhere. There's lots more action to come. Andley and myself have seen plenty of goals. And Andley, I think if you're going to have to set up your formation, seeing what the guys have done up till now, what would you go with?
No, I would still go with the 4-4-2 with the wingers. I can play with the wingers. And attack through the middle. So again, I'm all out attack. But yeah, I think that's let's leave that to the players. let them do the strategy and the tactics. And I think stay tuned, and we will have some more for you straight after this break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and FIFA geeks out there. We don't have the next games ready just yet, but we do want to maybe cover a little bit of what the player profiles are. Andley, I mean, it's been a great 2 sessions this morning, as the first one was coming in from Juven. Let's touch on Juven for now.
No, definitely. I think we're great first 2 games. I mean, we've followed Juven quite a bit. We've met him, like 2 weeks ago now, and he has consistently shown us what his skill level is like and how he likes to play. And just there, you can see his profile. He has scored 46 goals in this tournament so far.
Yeah.
Conceded 28. Yeah, it's quite a lot of goals conceded, but he has come out with the goods. The goal difference 18, average goals scored 6.6 goals per game. I mean, that is actually quite incredible.
Yeah, we had him here in studio, and we still have him here in studio. A great guy, great personality. A.K.A. Juven. Juven, Mr. Naidoo, it is. And, I mean, some of the creation and the creativity of a gameplay he brings about to FIFA is quite exciting to see. Andy?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think one thing that he does really, really well is, like we were saying earlier, he preempts his attacks. And those little finesse passes right at the end and in and around the 18-yard box makes a heck of a difference. Those little drag backs just to draw the defenders out and then making that pass through. I mean, most of his passes where I think that they were not going to go through actually ended up going through.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, all kudos to that. That takes dedication and practice and over. And he knows exactly where his players are, what their abilities are to be able to actually get onto the end of those balls.
Arguably our most composed player in studio up to date. It's been exciting to have him here again, second week in a row. And yeah, a lot of goals he's scored and quite a few that he's conceded. So probably needs to work a little bit on the defensive structure.
No, definitely. I think composure, you know what, like I always say, the best form of defense is a good offense. And he does it really, really well. It's all, of course, it's really nice to not concede.
Yes.
But yeah, I think a little bit more finesse on the defensive bit will be really good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the second guy we had today so far has been Eddie, as you guys have all witnessed. A very creative play, but a little bit loose at the back. Andy?
Yeah, no, definitely we saw that. I mean, Eddie came in really, really confident, really, really gung-ho and ready to go. It is his first day in studio with us. So there was a bit of nerves and a bit of us, or a bit of him getting used to us speaking in his ear. But look at his stats.
Yeah,
I mean, this is quite incredible as well.
Yeah, Edward, a.k.a. Eddie Katz. He's got total goals scored is 50. It's quite a number. Total goals conceded is 16, where the difference there is 34.
Yeah.
And the average goals scored, pretty similar to Juven, was at 6.2. But, I mean, this is what's remarkable, is the average goals conceded is only 2, Andy.
Yeah, no, I think this doesn't actually show what he actually did in the last few games. He did tend to concede, and he was very, very angry with himself that he conceded those goals, because you can see he did not like conceding those goals. And he did attribute to a few silly mistakes here and there, but his attack is main highlight for me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what a lovely young chap to talk to. As he mentioned, that he's here for the money as well. He means business, and he really wants to get into the final seedings for the main event. The E-World Cup qualifiers, it is at Mont Casino on the 5th and the 6th of May, respectively. And I mean, if we can just hop over to the log, just have a look at how the two logs are coming together. We got Eddie on top of Group C, and Juven on Group F, on top of Group F, leading respectively, obviously, as the game has just happened now, with Eddie maybe going to go on to 2 games played and a win, and then take himself up to 8 points. Andy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, the two gentlemen that we have in studio today are, you know what, they are skillful, second to none. So, and it says, and it shows on these stats tables that they are top of their log.
Yeah, someone else to look out for. What we've heard from Eddie was actually Ryan, and the same sort of score line and points as Eddie. Eddie has said and mentioned to us that they've actually played each other before. It's rather quite even. But it's going to be exciting to actually see them take on each other.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we always like seeing top competitors play more competitive games. I mean, we have seen competitive games, but in terms of scoreline, if they were closer, or if we have a few more of those ooh and ah moments that we enjoy. And you know what? We still haven't seen penalty shootouts yet. I know most players hate going to penalty shootouts, but I, for one, am actually quite keen to see something. That shows where the nerves comes down and see who can keep their composure.
Well, if you've just joined us, you've missed quite a bit of action, but you can catch some more. Just subscribe below, and do stay tuned for some more action as we do take a little break, and we'll be right back with some more of it right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and FIFA geeks alike. This is your World Cup qualifiers, and it's going to be another blockbuster of some more action for you. We got Eddie versus Ryan Andley.
Yeah, no, both these players are on top form. Both of these players are playing for top spot in the log. So yeah, it's going to be a cracker, as you said, Gavin.
Yeah, these guys are first and second on the log, respectively, but they are equaled on points. Goal difference is what's separated the two, as we've mentioned a little earlier on.
Yeah.
And yeah, Eddie is here in studio with us. He's a little bit excited, a little bit nervous, because this is Ryan he's up against, and we've heard he is quite good. Ryan is somewhat maybe top 100 in the country, is what we've heard from Eddie earlier on.
Well, just to break it down for you, I think this is a story of attack versus defense, because what we heard is that Ryan hardly concedes a goal. I think his stats are, let me have a look here quickly. Ryan has only conceded, or his average goals conceded is 1.5 goals per game.
Per game.
Per game.
Now, that's quite remarkable. So that tells us that his defense is top notch.
Yeah, it's a solid all-round defense. And overall, in terms of all the games, there is he's only conceded 12 goals in total. As compared to Eddie, he has conceded, let me have a look here, 20 goals.
Yeah, so it's going to be a tight one. Both guys love attacking. Both guys like winning.
Yeah,
and somewhat, Eddie has won his previous two matches against Tabo in the previous encounter. Now we're just going to have a little word with Eddie, as he knows what he's up against in this next one. Eddie, what's your thoughts?
It's going to be a very, very difficult game. My opponent is very good. It's just going to be. It's good. There's not much I can say. I know what I'm up against. We've played each other before. Sometimes he wins, sometimes I win.
Okay.
So the game could go anyway. But at the end of the day, it all goes down to defense. Like you said, I can't afford to concede as many goals as I have lately.
But in terms of goals scored, you do have a higher goal scoring ratio compared to what Ryan has. So your attack, so as we were talking about attack versus defense, you have a more solid or more fearsome attack than what he does. But then your defense is one that needs a bit of work, as we talked about in the last few games as well.
I'm just gonna work on getting the early goal, and then from then on, I'm gonna switch my tactics to a defensive tactic, and then just try hold on to the lead.
All right.
Well, Eddie, it seems like we're gonna go into this game, guys. If you've just joined us, welcome. We got some crazy action-packed football for you, and this is, of course, for who's going to top this log. Between the two of them, they are probably respectively the best in the pool that they're in, and it's going to be exciting to see how Eddie comes about with those star players on his field. Andley.
Yeah, definitely. Something that's going to be interesting is we haven't seen Ryan play before. We've heard that he is a great player, but we haven't seen him play. So in terms of the lineup, that's going to be something very interesting as well. Let's see what kind of star player and star power that he has in his team. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very exciting game.
It's going to be a blockbuster nonetheless. I mean, we saw the likes of Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, and then Son coming into the mix of things. I mean, that was the front three against a front three of Griezmann, Bale, and I don't know too sure, and Suarez. Yeah. So that works well, but the front three that Eddie has is just remarkable.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? Son is a bit of an odd one. When you think of legends and you think of great players, he's not one of those that pops into your mind, at first thought. But Ronaldo and Ronaldinho definitely so. But yeah, I mean, seeing what Son did is quite unbelievable. And as Eddie mentioned, he's actually his man of the match. He actually utilizes him the best. And he says every opportunity that he gets, he slots it home with Son.
Oh, let's look at Ryan's lineup here quickly. He's also got Ronaldo in the mix of things. Up the middle, where Ronaldo is playing out on the left, where Bale prefers the right, where he can cut and slice it onto his vicious left footer. And Modric, Vieira, a very, very deep formation.
Yeah.
Maybe more defensive going into this first encounter between the two of them. Nonetheless, we are here live, and this is exactly what we're all about. The FIFA eFoot World Cup qualifiers. And we're off with this exciting, exhilarating game, where I think Eddie is in the blue kit this time round, and Ryan is in the black kit.
Yeah, no, that is a very interesting formation that we just saw with Kylian Mbappe playing in the cam position. And that is something that we haven't seen all that often.
Very good player to have Andley.
No, he's definitely, but I'm not sure if I would play him in that central attacking midfield role. He is an out-and-out winger or striker because he is one of the pacier players on the field. But then again, when you have two Ronaldos and a Gareth Bale playing up front, I guess you can have the confidence to have him there.
Long ball from Modric to Ronaldo. Can he finish on the right foot? The rebound from an open goal net, and here's the first game. And we got our first early goal coming in off the right. And it's an early open goal for what came off a very good save. And keeper was in no man's land for Ryan to take the early goal here.
Well, just as I was saying, if I wasn't sure if playing Kylian Mbappe in the right position, he goes and scores a goal. So yeah, I guess he knows what he's doing, and he's made that player play to his full advantage and score that goal. It was quite a lucky deflection, I think. But you know what? That's what you need in these games sometimes.
Yeah, build your own luck. Now, we got Zabaleta on the back right here. Wants his team a free kick on the halfway line. Azpilicueta, in fact. Now, what can he do with the ball? He looks for a nice short ball to Vieira. Looks like Eddie needs to find himself a little bit more composed on the ball. Maybe the first goal coming in early from Ryan has a bit of a shell shock. Now, Ronaldo maybe wins a free kick just on the edge of the box. Good turn. The defender just trying to bump him with the ball. And now this is where Eddie is quite exciting with these little set pieces. A lot of commotion on in the box. Looks like we got Son on the edge of this. Maybe he can fancy one. Andley?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to take it direct, but it'll be quite interesting. I like those well-worked free kicks that Eddie has done with Ronaldinho earlier. But I don't think Ronaldinho's in a position to make a similar run. Let's see if he switches it up.
Maybe Savic might just fancy it now. We got maybe the skillful run, dummy run left, and now with the final strike coming in. And that is exactly what it's all about. If he could just keep the composure, maybe take the touch. The ball was in no man's land. Eddie is so very good at that. And now the cross has come in. The ball's can't bounce quickly. Upright.
Oh, 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a fantastic finish there as the ball bounced it back in play from the uprights. Good strike coming in early on off the corner. Maybe not well cleared from Ryan's side now. But Ronaldo has put his side leveled up in this crazy encounter between the two of these guys.
Yeah, this game definitely is not disappointing. It has definitely started out living up to the hype. And yeah, anybody's game still.
Ronaldo loses the ball out. Kante, very strong center midfield player. Very well known to make all the tackles in the game. And create space here for Alex. Gives it out to Son, waiting for a run or two. Gives the pass away rather cheaply. Does look like we have a yellow card for Ryan's side. Not too sure when that came in exactly. Maybe in the last tackle leading up towards the goal. And now the keeper has just got the ball. Very dangerous play. But does look like Eddie's got it all composed and under control. Nice long ball out here to Azpilicueta. Does receive it back. Maybe wants to link up play with Ronaldinho. Gets the ball back off a tackle. Vieira finds Kante. Maybe another foul.
Yeah, advantage.
Referee is playing advantage. The play is still down. What can Son do with the ball here? Promising position. Ronaldinho. Maybe he gets another try, and he does.
Oh, nicely done, Eddie.
Second goal for Eddie's side. Ronaldinho has the first attempt from a great cross from Son. Well saved, but then Ronaldinho with a second attempt is likely to score.
Yeah, no, clinical finishing there from one of the legends, Ronaldinho. And yeah, very, very exciting game. Let's see what Ryan has in his pockets to respond.
Now Ronaldo on the edge of things. He has a second attempt at it. Third attempt, and it's just unlucky. It falls for a great setup of a header. And Ronaldo makes sure about that one. Andley, 4 goals, and we haven't even reached 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff here, Gavin. It's actually really, really great to see both these attacking players doing what they do best, and that's just goal after goal. Like you said, 25 minutes, 4 goals already, and capitalizing on mistakes.
I think Eddie needed to clear his lines before that build-up play from Ryan, but Ryan made sure that the rebound goal or rebound shot was scored. That leveled matters things up, between these two. Very well played from Ronaldinho, just working the ball out there to win his side a throw. Now, Azpilicueta, what can he do with the ball? Finds an inside pass to Vieira. Ronaldinho gives it out to Azpilicueta. Vieira waiting for a few options out wide. Gives it back to Azpilicueta, who wants to maybe look for a few runners. Vieira making a run, decides to give it to, I think, what is Kante in quite a high position. Now there's a bit of trouble as Ryan comes out with the ball with Ronaldo.
Good tackle.
Very good tackle, because that was very dangerous. Eddie was in a bit of a sticky situation with a 3v2. Now, Savic. Haven't seen much of him in this game, but he can deliver. Vieira gives a good ball out to Azpilicueta. Now, Ronaldinho gives out to Ronaldo. Nice snatch shot coming in there. Well blocked from the defenders. Ronaldo linking up with Ronaldo. Now wants to give it back to Modric. Modric still has it. Ronaldo might just fancy his luck here from range. And again, the ball just gets saved towards infield. Very dangerous. Ryan could have been on the end of that one again, as the first goal was scored in similar fashion. Very deep, composed player from Eddie. Doesn't want to lose it, yeah? Alex doing a very good job in faking the pass towards infield, but Ryan was doing good cover work. Now the nice long through ball here for Ronaldo. Can he square it up for Ronaldinho? Tracks it back. Gives it to what a great finish off the post once again. Ronaldinho finds himself in acres of space.
Yeah.
No one but the goal in front of him and slots it home for 3-2 lead.
Definitely, you know, the great players always are at the right place at the right time, and there was no difference for Ronaldinho to slot that one home. Again, a little bit of luck playing in Eddie's favor, but like we said again and again, luck is part of the game.
Son unlucky to hit the upright and hasn't scored the goal himself, but he'll be rather pleased that Ronaldinho was on the end of that one to put his side in the lead. Vieira, the yellow card player on the pitch, gives it out to Cristiano Ronaldo, who finds Ronaldo. Wants it cut back rather quickly. Again, Ryan under a lot of pressure. Now the break is on with Ronaldinho. Great little cut back there to put the player in space. If Ronaldo just made the better run there, maybe he would have been in. Now the counter is on for Ryan's side. Can he find another goal just before the break of half time? Good defending from Eddie. Bringing Alex into the mix of things now. Son. Minimum of 3 minutes extra, yeah. Ronaldo. He's got a trick up his sleeve here. Now Ryan giving the ball away off the throw. Fortunate enough to get out of that one in possession. Now Ronaldo has a trick up his sleeve. Gets probably passed back to the keeper here. Keeper's got a lot of time to maybe just clear up ball. The ref might just want to find half time, but I think for Eddie, he's quite lucky that that didn't fall in the hands of Ronaldo. Half time, this is quite a game, 3-2. If we look at the stats, again, Eddie holding up the position, 68-32, Andley.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we were on about a moment ago in terms of how attack versus defense is the name of this game. And Eddie doing most of the attacking, he's got the position, and that is actually very, very, very impressive. I mean, especially coming from an early goal down to fight back to lead 3-2 at halftime. Yeah, I think that is very impressive.
Eddie, any words from you just before we go into second half?
Yeah, I just need to keep up the position because he's dangerous on the ball. So as long as I keep him off the ball and I work on just getting one more to secure the win, I think I'll be in a good position.
Alrighty, good luck.
There we have it. Now we're off for second half. Eddie with kickoff in the team in blue, where Ryan's in the team in black. Ryan hasn't played bad football, so to speak. He's been very creative in getting into the back of Eddie's side. Now Eddie works the ball well onto Ronaldo's right foot. Really good build-up play. Strong start to the second half. Direct free kick coming for Ronaldo. And good clearance from Vieira.
Yeah, that's what he's there for.
Now Cristiano Ronaldo waiting for a few runners. Might just get the ball back here. Does so. Needs to maybe do a link-up play with looks like Savic. He needs to put on the defense, but he's probably forced out a foul. The ref has waived the advantage. Cross coming in from Cristiano Ronaldo. Well saved from the keeper. Open goal net. And that has put Ryan back into the mix of things. And game is on.
Yeah, I think you can really, really see the quality between these two players. They force those saves and they capitalize off the rebound. And that's happened in almost, I think, all 6 of these goals.
Now, what does Eddie do to get back into the lead with this one? Finds Savic in a lot of space. He might just fancy the shot. The long range
Oh!
hits the upright. Nail-biting stuff, yeah. Via's Gaming Studios. And now, Vieira on the attack. This is where Ryan is very lethal on these counter-attacks. Can he find the through ball? Good defensive duties coming up for Eddie's side. Man, this is end-to-end stuff. Andley.
Yeah, no, it's definitely end-to-end stuff. You can see that as soon as Eddie conceded, he wanted to push hard for that leading goal. And he almost got it with that long-range effort. Just unlucky that it came in off the post and not to one of his players.
Probably a very vicious strike coming from Savic. And Ronaldinho gives the ball out to Kante. He might just cross this. Looks for a runner. Aspilicueta finds himself in a good space to release the ball to Kante again. Now Ronaldo on the right foot. Good strike coming out. This is the break that Eddie was talking about. He's so fears of Ryan's play. The ball does find out a nice good long ball out here to Cristiano Ronaldo. Gives it out to what looks like a great finish from the Brazilian.
Yeah.
Great link-up play. Very well played to bring out the keeper. And finds an empty net to put the ball into. Ryan has now put his side 4-3 up.
Yeah, no, let's see what Eddie has in store to come and equalize again. I mean, both teams are very, very attacking. Both teams or both players are very, very comfortable and confident on the ball. And that was actually very lucky and composed stuff to pass that into the back of the goals.
Now, Ronaldo wants a nice right-footed finesse shot. As you can hear the disappointment from the player, not really getting it right just yet.
I think that angle was too upright, if that makes any sense. He needs a wider angle to create that looping goal.
Now it is a bit of catch-up play for Eddie's side to come up with some good tackle coming in. He needs to find a few runners. Get Aspilicueta on the left bottom of your screens. We need Ronaldo to make a good run here. Links up with Ronaldinho. He's got a trick up his sleeve or two. Maybe puts in a cross, but now it's worked out for a corner. Now this is exactly what Eddie would like to have, is maybe just work the short corner or maybe even a direct one. Finding someone nice and tall like Ronaldo.
Ooh.
Great defensive structure again. Now Modric in a lot of space. Doesn't have anyone to pass to. Holds the ball up well. Ryan just waiting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one when you see Modric up there. Wouldn't you rather have a Cristiano Ronaldo to lead the line there?
I think I like the play because Modric is probably the shortest guy. So I would like Ronaldo to come back and maybe defend the corners as they've done.
Yeah.
Maybe twice in a row now already. So good play to Ryan for maybe thinking that one through. But yes, it would not be nice to have the pace of Ronaldo up front on the counter. But he's got himself a goal in the bag, in the lead. Vieira cutting in.
Good defense.
Well read from the defender. About 15 minutes plus to go, Andley.
Yeah, almost time up. So, Eddie, you need to up your game and score a goal.
Now, we could have a 3-on-2 situation here. Good hold-up play. Bale's on the field to make a bit of a change. No, working up the left foot.
Corner.
And the ball gets forced out. Now, here comes the changes. Eddie, if you can just talk us through what you're doing.
I'm seeing that I can't go through the middle with this guy. So I'm going to switch to the 4-3-3 holding. Bring in, I think I'm going to put Ronaldinho on the left, and then I'm going to bring in some real pace. I'm going to put Mane in.
Nice.
And then, just tell them to stay wide because that's what I want to do. I want to catch him outside, and then hopefully that works.
Well, good luck to you and good tactical changes, as you've heard from the player himself, Eddie. I'm sure Ryan has made a change or two himself on the other end. Now, Modric has gone off the field. We haven't really seen for the substitution made just yet. And now, does look like Savic has come on for Ryan's side in the place of Modric. Good change there, Andley.
Yeah, I think it's a more defensive-minded attacker. Modric is not the strongest in defense. He is sort of a lightweight, if I can put it that way, but very, very skillful. And for him to secure his lead, that's exactly what he needs. A stronger midfielder to come on and control the play.
See that Eddie has made use of the pace very early on with that substitution. Mane coming on the field now. He's made a bit of a run here. Kante just linking up play. Might get this one back. Mane is in a good position. Didn't get the pass back immediately. Now Aspilicueta on the ball. Looking for a few options left and right. That's fancy. Good.
Oh!
Let's find the back of the net.
Come on,
Oh,
boys.
wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
Fantastic strike coming through the middle.
Yeah.
Well played. Great build up. Lucky enough, the ball did bounce
Yeah.
towards his favor to maybe finish what was
Yeah.
probably a very good build up play down the middle.
Yeah, that is sure will from Eddie's side. You can see he was willing and shouting for that goal to go in. And yeah, wonderful, wonderful stuff. But again, that pass made that goal.
You can hear the passion from the player himself, Eddie, in studio. Now, Ronaldo might fancy this from range. He needs to clear the lines, but the keeper said he'll grab this one. Just waste a little bit of time. Maybe we might just go into extra time.
5 minutes left, 5 minutes plus extra time. Cannot be complacent. Need to find that extra goal.
Yeah, that's where the break is on for Bale.
Oh, that is heartbreaking stuff from Eddie's side, conceding so late on. Yeah, Gavin, end-to-end stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, Bale making sure of scoring that one. Eddie not clearing his lines properly. And Ryan is exactly making use of the error. He's put himself in a comfortable position. Now Mane on the ball. Could deliver a good cross. Doesn't put it over the first defender. Now there's about 3 minutes left in this first game. Maybe Ryan has just pinched this victory. Yeah, very late on. Waiting for a few runners. Now puts in Ronaldo. He's
Offside.
offsides.
Yeah, you know that old saying, Gavin, when in doubt, kick it out. I think he probably should have cleared that or at least played a longer ball instead of having it intercepted.
Yeah, this is crazy as that game is not over just yet. The guys are making a few changes as we get that back up on screen for you guys in just a bit. These guys are under a lot of pressure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm under a lot of pressure. This is this is a very tense game, and yeah, we'll bring you pictures very soon. And yeah, so there's about 4 minutes left in that game. We're going to get straight back into it. Looks like we've got a few changes. Maybe a few tactical changes here for these guys. And we're back at it. There's about a minute left. Maybe a bit of stoppage time for Eddie to get back into this.
Yeah, that translates to maybe 20 to 30 seconds in FIFA time. So, I mean, in real time, sorry.
Not much time left. Now, Vieira almost making a good tackle. Needs to find a cross, yeah.
Oh!
Now Ryan has the ball. Maybe he can just play this one out to see the rest of the game. I think Ryan might just take this one. Ronaldo is in a lot of space here. He might just fancy a shot to waste time. Does put in a good cross.
Very nicely defended.
And the ball is being played out. And Ryan has taken this first game in this crazy encounter between the two of them. I'm sure Eddie is beating himself with a mistake he's made.
Yeah, definitely.
Nonetheless, he's got another one up his sleeve, and we might just get straight into that one very shortly. Eddie, any words from you just yet, or should we just swiftly move along to what we think about it?
Nah, I gave away that game. I gave him the pass. That if I just got that pass through, I was going to score on the counter. So it was a case of do or die, you know.
Yeah.
And in this case, I died.
Yeah, no, it happens. But you know what? Sometimes it goes for you. Sometimes it goes against you. Unfortunately, this time it went against you. Hopefully, the next game, it'll work out in your favor.
I'm excited. I think, yeah, just a quick one there, Eddie. What's your take going up into the next one? What do you want to change, or do you want to keep it sort of the same and just not make as many mistakes?
This time, I'm actually going to go with 4-3-3 throughout the whole game because I've seen that his weakness is on the outside.
Yeah.
When I was now coming back, I was coming back from the outside, and that's actually my strength. So I just need to do my best there.
So going back to your roots of how you play the game is maybe what you felt you should have started with in the first game. Nonetheless, you got a second game coming up for you. If you have just joined us, it's end-to-end stuff. Andley, 9 goals in that game.
Yeah, that is actually incredible. And this, you know what? Defense came out on top in this one. I think we did see the solid defense that we were talking about.
Yeah.
But Eddie did make some of those mistakes and made his own life harder. But let's see some of the replays and let's walk through the goals.
This is the first goal coming in.
Yeah.
A lot of space for Ronaldo to work with. The shot coming in, simple save for the keeper, but I mean, right place at the right time for an early tap in on a player you questioned on the position.
Yeah.
And now the cross coming in from the corner. This is how Eddie scored his equalizer.
Yeah.
Very well played. A little bit of a mix-up in the middle of the field. Now the second goal. Good shot, early shot coming in from Ronaldinho. Again, the second one, right place, right time. This is actually where Eddie went into the lead.
Yeah, no, this
2-1.
is, like I said, this was end-to-end stuff from both guys. And they're scoring on and off, on and off. And like I said, other than that, it's great.
Now that was a lot of luck on Ryan's side nonetheless, because maybe not once but twice shots deflected and then a headed goal towards the empty back of the net. Now again, Eddie going into the lead with this third goal. Good cutback, good shot coming in from Son, hitting the upright.
Yeah.
And Ronaldinho in the right place again, just to tap that one in.
Yeah.
And now we had Ryan's equalizer. Good triangular play. Nice working it out towards the corner. Saved again from the keeper.
Yeah.
Just feel for Eddie there, because his keeper had to do, jobs once but twice, and then the save and now the rebound coming in.
Yeah.
And that was just well played from Ryan to take the lead, pulling out the actual keeper and then taking the goal.
Yeah, no, you know what? These goals are actually quite incredible. Like we said, most of them were forced, or at least the error was forced. Just like this one as well. That setup, that pass made this goal. And
that was a hot knife through button. Now we can see that Eddie sort of gives the ball away. I think maybe if we can just, after the goal scored, rewind. But Bale with a great finish. Let me just rewind this one quickly. Now this is the error we were talking about. The composure you want to talk about. Go a little bit more back. I think we'll go a little bit more back. And just see how the keeper's now cleared it out to a player that's out wide. I like this in slow motion. It's perfect.
But he is under
and
pressure.
Now, here was the giveaway. And now look at the players running. Now you got this wrap around here. Bell in a lot of space. And obviously now you're desperate with that tackle. And giving it away there, I think we should have just cleared the lines. Hack the ball upfield.
I think the mistake actually came from that initial pass from the goalkeeper, because Ryan definitely read that pass and he had his player on the receiving player already.
Yes, so there was already pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So he had to make that first touch pass, and that first touch pass was what caused him to lose the ball.
Well, losing the ball, scoring goals, lots of luck. We're going to bring you the second match between these two guys. They are just checking out a few more things, maybe just working up a few more formations, trying new things as they're getting themselves ready for this next encounter. Andy, what do you think is the scoreline going to be in this next one?
I think it's going to be probably not as scoring. I think these two guys have sussed each other out. They've experienced how each other plays, and I think they'll work on their defense a little bit more. So I think it'll probably be somewhere along the lines of maybe a 3-2 or a 2-1. What do you think, Gavin?
I think maybe I'm going to go with high-scoring game again. I'm going to probably say that both sides in total will be maybe around 10 goals again. Maybe we'll see, maybe 6-4 or a 5-5 extra time. And I think Eddie is ready just to have a little bit of a word with us before he goes to this next one. Obviously, you want to score the first goal in this next game, Eddie?
Yes, definitely looking for the early goal. I have to win this game. So I'm going to have to score, and I just need to score and make sure I don't concede as many goals as I did in the last game. No more mistakes, hopefully. So, yeah.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys have to remember that this is best out of 3. If Eddie wins the next game, they would have to play one more game to see who the actual winner is. Yeah. However, if Ryan was to win the next game, then it is game over. However, both these players will still go through to the knockout stages on the 5th and 6th of May at the VS Festival at Monte Casino.
I think whoever wins this will then just take home the bragging rights of who's topping the log. And again, I mean, if Eddie can pull this one through, he'll be able to say he's just beat someone that is top 100 on the rankings at the moment. So that is quite an achievement. Nonetheless, Eddie, are you ready for this next game?
Yes, I am, definitely.
Well, good luck to you as we're going to cross over live, and we can see that the formations that they're using, something what's similar. Eddie's going to go back to how we started off the second half in the previous game. He likes playing out wide. He's mentioned to us that that is his style of play, bringing the wingers, let them cut in, and use the pace of the players out there. Andley?
Yeah, no, I think he needs to dictate what he wants to do on the field. He can't let Ryan dictate the play. I think that's what happened right at the end of the game. Ryan was able to put pressure on the important players in his team to make them sort of rush the pass and whatnot. So this is exactly what Eddie doesn't want if he wants to come away with a win.
So as Eddie's mentioned, he wants to score first. Just going to have a look at a few more changes here. He's going to put Son on the left. We've seen him quite potent in that specific role, and he's working up the formation with the 4-3-3 flat. A lot of guys like to use this, but seems like Eddie manages to get it right, signing a few roles for the guys. Eddie?
Yes, just like last time, I'm telling the wings to stay out wide. and then the central defensive midfielder to stay back while attacking, and then Savage and Kante are going to be doing most of the work in the middle of the park. And yeah, hopefully that works.
Well, we'll be able to see if it works in the next 90 minutes of your FIFA E-World Cup qualifier match up here between Ryan, who's taken a very convincing first legger here, 5-4 in the previous game, and Eddie needs to fight his way back.
Thanks.
We need Eddie to score first. Very good play coming in here from what looks like Eddie's side. Needs to just maybe not give away a free kick so early on. Now, Andley. Does look like Ronaldo's on the edge of that.
Oh my gosh. I thought that was in, Gavin.
I thought it was Ronaldo was going to take it, but I was obviously bluffed by the amount of guys stepping over the ball. Now, Eddie needs to work the ball. Again, Eddie is the players in the black kit, where Ryan has opted for the yellow kit this time round.
Yeah, the yellow submarine, Gavin.
Now, Vieira finds the run of Ronaldo. Couldn't give it out to Alex. Needs to make a few decisions of himself. Gives it back to the defenders. Good
That's
crunching tackle coming in now. The ref did wave play on, yeah. It looks like a good ball from Vieira. Linking up with Ronaldo. Back to Vieira. Good play to Ronaldo. First shot coming in. Again, the keeper making the save.
Another rebound.
And as you heard it, this is unlucky stuff for Eddie with the rebound.
Yep.
Falling to the feet of Bale, and he's not going to miss from there.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Again, you know what? Great counter-attacking play. There was a hint of a foul early on in the field, but you know what? This is one of those talking points. Is that, does the programming in FIFA make a mistake or not? I think that is something, yeah, we have to ask the programmers, maybe not the players.
Well, nonetheless, we are here in this action now. Azpilicueta looking for a run or two. Eddie needs to get the goal now if he wants to get back into this one. Vieira just stopped his run. Forced play. You can see Ryan's playing very, very, very deep in this game. Andley.
Yeah, definitely. I think Vieira, that's what he's there for. He's one of the best, I think, central defensive midfielders, if we can put it that. We've seen the amounts of times that he's spent at Arsenal and for France bossing that midfield. So, yeah, that's exactly where you would want him to be.
Good strike coming in from Ryan's side. Now he's got himself a corner. Where does he play towards? Maybe it goes to the far post, but the keeper has got some catching practice. Now the long ball comes out. This is exactly the type of style that Eddie wants to play. Quick, pacey, attacking football. Now Ronaldo is making a run or two down the middle for Ryan's side. He gets the ball now. Gives it out to Mbappe.
Well read.
Very good tackle. Now Alex with the throw-in. Dummies once. Gives it out to Son, who's very, very, very deep. Azpilicueta, nice long ball from Vieira. Kante to Ronaldo. Waiting for a few options. Still gets the ball. Azpilicueta looking for a few support runners. Who does he find? Vieira.
Yeah. And you can see the pressure that Ryan is applying on all of the players on Eddie's team. You can see that's exactly what he wants to do in terms of defensive pressure. And you know what? He has a lot of players up front to allow him to have a quick spread like the likes of Ronaldo and Bale. And yeah, it worked well for him for his first goal.
Well-timed tackle there from Eddie and his side. Knew exactly what Cristiano Ronaldo was going to do there. Let me track the ball back. Kante making a run. Azpilicueta wants to give it back, but finds Ronaldinho. Haven't seen much of him in this game just yet. Kante.
Yeah, Ronaldinho has definitely been very, very quiet.
Now Kante finds a lot of space. Who does he cross it to?
Oh, come on. That's supposed to go to Ronaldo.
Trying to look for Ronaldo in the middle of the box and doesn't do so. Kante is very angry with himself that he hasn't found the good cross. He is good at doing so very often. Now Ryan with the counter attack. Just trying to slow things up with Vieira. Now gives it away rather cheaply. Now Ronaldo could be one-on-one with the keeper. This is a chance, maybe an equalizer. Tracks it back, maybe for the left foot shot. Come on!
That was unfortunate, and Eddie is furious with himself for not bearing that. What an opportunity. Yeah, Gavin, if it comes down to the final scoreline being 1-0, what do you think Eddie would say at the end of the game?
Yeah, he'll be very angry with himself that he didn't make sure that one went to the back of the net. Probably should have gone far post, but didn't do so. He went rather to the near side and then lifted it over the bar. It's always a lot of pressure when you're one-on-one with the keeper. Very difficult. You'll speak to a lot of FIFA players who will say that's the most difficult part to be yourself in his one-on-one with the keeper, because there's a lot of pressure. You need to finish a long-range shot coming in, and now he's worked the keeper. Forced it out for a corner kick. Eddie needs to maybe make good use of this. Ball's given away now. Maybe a strike coming in from the edge of the box. Or a cross or two. Just rather taken out. Eddie's very angry himself, making very simple mistakes. The ball's not cleared very well from Ryan, playing on the thin ice, so to speak. Needs to find a bit more composure, and he does so indeed with good triangular play. Good passing. Vieira's beaten once. Andley.
Yeah, 35 minutes in. I think, again, the defense of Ryan is trumping the attack of Eddie at the moment. He is really, really composed. He is rushing.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
He is rushing Eddie and hitting him on the counters.
Modric with a good track back onto the right foot, working up the angle, working up the space, and that is exactly what Ryan wants to be able to find himself in a position like this now. 2-0 up just before half time. Eddie has got some thinking to do before we get into the break.
Yeah, I think Eddie definitely needs to compose himself a little bit. I mean, 2-0 is one of those scorelines you can come back from very easily. However, he needs to score that next goal, and hopefully before half-time.
Ronaldo with some great trickery. Puts his side one more up, and that's 3-0 just before half-time.
Yeah.
The skill play from Ryan on Ronaldo there.
Yeah.
Exhilarating stuff.
Yeah, that is I think painful to watch for Eddie, but beautiful to watch from a neutral's perspective as Ronaldo rounds the ball and slots it back home.
Fantastic play from Ryan. That is exactly what he wants. To pile on the pressure with these goals. He knows that Eddie is very good at getting these goals back. The composure. It's well played here from Ryan, working up the runners. Finds Modric. He waits for a play or two. Does a few tricks himself. Now Cristiano Ronaldo finds himself some space. Oh, the foul does come in and is committed, and Ferdinand has just given away a penalty. If it can't go wrong for Eddie, it does so indeed. Now the penalty's been taken, and it's slotted home from Ronaldo. Andley.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, Gavin. And that's 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. That's painful from Eddie's side. Yeah, you know what? Maybe damage control. He definitely needs to go all out to try and score more goals without conceding, of course. But at this point in time, you just have to throw it all out there and try and score.
I do feel for Eddie, as some of those were a bit lucky, a bit more fortunate than not for his goals to go in. Good sliding tackle coming in. Now that is exactly the type of breathing space Ryan has. He can commit those. Obviously, he doesn't want to concede, because that might just give Eddie the hope of getting back into this. The ref might just call this halftime before we have more play.
Yeah.
Good tackle.
Yeah, I think Ryan is definitely in the zone at the moment, looking at the way he's passing the ball around. At halftime, 4-0. Yeah.
Well, Andy, I mentioned a scoreline of maybe 10 goals to come. Maybe it's going one-sided for now, but we could just witness a comeback of note. Maybe the comeback of the qualifiers up to date, if Andy can pull this one back.
If Eddie can pull this one back, like the likes of Liverpool. Yeah, Eddie, how are you feeling?
Oh, man.
Are you at a loss for words? That is quite disappointing, isn't it?
I had the chance to come back into the game and go ahead. I missed the opportunity, and that's what happens when you miss your opportunities. Man.
Yeah, I think on this level where the competition is so fierce, you cannot make those mistakes.
Yeah. Well, Eddie, I'm backing you on this one to get back into this. Score first. Take it from there. You got this. And Eddie, I think this is a lot of pressure to handle, but I think you should just take it on the chin for now. And I think you can pull this one back. Eddie, I believe in you, man.
All right, thanks, man. Let me see what I can do.
You remember the conversation we had earlier on about Gavin's support? No, but we've got your back. At least score a few goals and let us see some magic from the likes of Ronaldinho and Ronaldo and Son.
This is obviously, if you're in studio, we generally tend to back the guys that are playing here. It's a little bit tougher, a lot of pressure, all the lights and cameras around you. And the technical guys are making it all work really well for us here as we get back into this second half. And it's going to be an exciting and exhilarating one if Eddie does manage to score first.
Yes, it definitely will be. But let's see what Ryan has in store as well. And yeah, more goals is the name of the day, I think.
Eddie just trying to work the angles. Azpilicueta
Come on, man. Dude.
gives it away to Bale. Now, Ronaldo finds Cristiano Ronaldo. The legend Ronaldo gets it back. Now a little 1-2 between the two of them. Ronaldo in a lot of space here. Cristiano can feint to the strike.
Whoa.
Again, the ball just gets saved in a very dangerous position. Now the break is on for Eddie, yeah? What can he do with it? Nice long ball here for Ronaldinho. This is the chance.
Control it nicely, man. Come on.
Ronaldinho needs to work the ball towards across here and finds himself in a position to maybe just work it out for a corner. Early ball coming in. Now the header does come in.
Yeah, straight to the goalkeeper,
Straight to the
unfortunately.
Ryan in a comfortable position. 4-0 lead very early on in the game. Just gone into second time. He's definitely in the driving seat between the two of them. He definitely wants to score first now. That might just open up some more wounds. And the goalkeeper makes a good save. Long ball coming out. And this is the type of football we see from Eddie. Maybe he needs to just compose it a little bit more. He's got a lot of time. He's got a whole half to score 5 or 6 goals. We've seen him score quite a few in previous games. Pushes it out back to the keeper. A little chip over the top. Finds Kante. Now Ronaldinho waiting for Ronaldo 2. Does realize he's got more space. Maybe too much space.
What's going on, Eddie?
Eddie just getting a little bit more furious with himself. Good tackle. Defensive duties are up to scratch this second half. Ronaldinho gives it out to Azpilicueta, who needs to find a run or two. Gets Kante. Now Ronaldo in a lot of space. Eddie knows he can fancy the shot here, but forces it for a good defense tackle from Ryan. Now Ryan on the ball. Finds Song. Very different position from what Eddie would place on. Good tackle in the middle of the
Come
park.
on, that's the second one that changed the game.
Bale. He's on the ball. He needs to find a few runners. And now the ref has given a foul in Ryan's favor. What can he do with the ball out here? Short pass. Ronaldinho is just trying to get the ball. Maybe needs to put in a good sliding tackle for his side to maybe get the ball back. Nonetheless, Ronaldo's on the edge of the box here. Can he put Ryan's team in a respective lead of 5 goals?
Yeah.
Nice underarm throw. Andley.
Yeah, I think Ryan is doing very, very well to control the game. And controlling the game is exactly what you need to do at this point in time. I don't think he has too much to worry about because of the way his midfielders and his defense is set up. I mean, and you know what? It seems like luck is falling in his favor. There was a few hints of foul that Eddie felt like he should have gotten, but it actually fell in Ryan's favor.
Well, the situation is now Eddie needs to score. He's given the ball away rather cheaply. Ryan, what can he do with it? Ronaldo in a good position. Well played there. Good tackle now. The break can be on. The pressure is put on now. Ronaldinho couldn't get to the end of that pass, overhead pass. I think Eddie needs to find a little bit more composure rather than forcing these passes. He's got about
20 minutes left of the game. He needs to score and score quickly. I think 4-0 might just be out of his reach considering the defensive setup of Ryan. But yeah, I think a few goals or at least a goal just to, for the purpose of making the scoreline more respectable, Gavin.
Now the ref is playing an advantage from a very late slide tackle from Eddie's central player. We need to make a run from Alex here on the wing. Finds Song. Now Ronaldo. He finds a lot of space out here. Maybe he can cross it. Nice drilling cross, but well defended. Ryan's very good with the defensive duties in the whole game as a whole, Andley.
Yeah, no, definitely. We talked about this as soon as we started. We looked at his defensive statistics and we looked at both players' statistics, and it was a story of attack versus defense. But this foundation of building up from the back, having such a solid defense, a solid defensive midfielder leading to that potent attack, yeah, that has made all the difference.
Now the 1-2 almost working in Ryan's favor. The ball does get bubbled out here for Eddie's team, and good skill from Ronaldinho. Maybe this is the make and break. And maybe wanted to beat one too many defenders out there. Ronaldo making a good run through the middle. Doesn't get the pass back though.
Ooh, was that a
nutmeg coming in from Ronaldo?
As we call it, Shibobo here in South Africa.
He's got the ball back, takes it on the right foot. Nearly kills it in what probably would have been a spectacular finish. Great strike coming in from the legendary Ronaldo. Andley's probably one of his favorite card players at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. One player which I haven't seen that much. Another one of my favorites is Ruud van Nistelrooy, the clinical striker from Holland. Maybe we'll see him one of these days, maybe, Gavin?
I'm pretty sure we will. But for now, we have Eddie just maybe trying to score one goal. Maybe just
5 minutes plus extra time, ladies and gentlemen.
stoppage time is about to be announced from the fourth official. Now, 1-2 with Ronaldo. He's one-on-one with the keeper. What does he do? Does he chip? Instead, he tries to be offensive and still has manages to take the shot on.
Yeah, that was cocky, Gavin. That was very, very cocky.
Now, the corner does come in. Well saved from the keeper. It's not really well, should I say, cleared out. Alex is on the ball. Doesn't have all the pace.
Yeah.
He's pulling me.
He does get shoved at the ball.
Was that Rio Ferdinand with that pace and power?
It was Rio Ferdinand indeed. Now the break could be on for Eddie. He needs to just maybe just score one to make the scoreline look a little bit more respectable. Son on the ball on the left foot. And now it's forced out for probably what will be the last corner of the game. Ronaldo gets forced out and it's a goal. Eddie manages to pull one back.
Yeah.
Son with the cleanup work. A great worked corner. Little too late.
Yeah, I think too little too late is definitely the word. I think he needed that a whole lot early on, maybe just at the end of the second half. But you know what? At least it's a goal. We've seen how both these players play, and like I said, you can't really fault them. I think Ryan has definitely got the upper edge in these two games, but Eddie is still a strong competitor. Definitely somebody to still watch out for at the gaming finals.
Congratulations to Eddie for still qualifying, even though he hasn't won this one. It's been end-to-end stuff. I mean, that first game was remarkable. The second one, a little bit more one-way traffic.
Yeah.
Ryan sticking to what was working for him. I think Eddie should have carried on with the first, formation of play. Eddie, what's your thoughts on the second game?
Yeah, he definitely read what I was trying to do, starting off with the 4-3 from the beginning. As you saw, first half he scored all 4 goals. Second half, I actually won the second half, but it was too little, too late. If I just stuck to my guns, I thought that the change would have changed something, but it actually changed something definitely, but for the worst. So, but yeah, it is what it is. The ref. You saw those goals, like all of the game-changing goals were all for foul, except for the one where I gave the ball away in the first leg.
Yeah.
But the one that he scored, and then in terms of my shooting, Ronaldo should have banked that one. That's what changed the game, because from that point onwards, he came back into it, and he had to do was make sure he got me on the counter, and then he knows his defense is very strong, so he just backed himself and kept his structures, and
Yeah, no, I don't know if Eddie was getting a bit emotional there, or if he just got caught up with his words. I think he's smiling and laughing at us. But madams and messieurs, I think 4-1, well-deserved victory to Ryan at the end of the day. Like we said in football, it's all in good faith and good camaraderie. I think these players do recognize each other's skills, and there's a lot of humility involved. You can see when Eddie was winning, he has recognized what he was doing, and now he has recognized the skill of his competitor as well.
Well, just before we carry on with this, we're going to go through a few highlights from this game. It has been an exhilarating one from Ryan's side. 4 goals on his side. And this is where it all started, was from that foul that Eddie should have conceded. He said that maybe it should have gone his way. But good build-up player, triangular formation, a lot of runners off the ball. Vieira then putting Ronaldo through, and I mean, that save was remarkable, but Bale's there to do up the cleanup duties, and that's the whole point of having the attack. Now, this was the earlier chance where we should have maybe had.
Yeah, I think if he had buried that goal, it would have been the game changer.
Nonetheless, here comes what was Ryan's second, Modric. I mean, that is what he does best on the edge of the box. You can't give him that space.
Yeah, I think that was clinical with all those players blocking the view, blocking the line of sight for the goalkeeper, resulting in that goal.
The triangular play from both Ronaldos here is just remarkable. Again, that was probably a nutmeg, which was just fantastic play. And then the penalty, of course, which was a little bit unlucky. from the defensive side. But I mean, that's always a 50-50 scenario.
Yeah.
That's either go left or right with the keeper or central.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last goal of the game, on the two legs. Son bearing what was probably a very good corner coming in. We've seen a lot of players making use of the direct corner, Andley.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen as much short corners as we did earlier on in the past 2 weeks. And I mean, I'm a fan of these direct corners. So yeah, some of it worked out, some of it didn't work out. So
yeah, I think I mean, it's all about building up your own luck as well. We've seen some action-packed football for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are really good. It was a great Saturday this far, and we can't wait to get back into the thick of things again.
Yeah.
We're just going to take a little one and get back to Carl in a bit. But for now, I think a little thank you to the players that came in studio this far. And we do thank Eddie. And we're just going to cross over to you, Carl.
Thank you so much, Gavin and Anley. I'm back here with Juven and realizing what it must feel like when other people talk to me. That's how tall you are. It's like microphone. But we're back after a, I would say, successful day of FIFA. Coming second in your group, still qualifying for the event. Gives you a good 4 weeks to kind of look back on these videos and just really be like, you know, what do I need to change? And after today, is already something you're seeing that needs to be changed for the final tournament? Don't give away any of your strategies, but just for yourself.
Well, I think it was quite a tough day today. First opponent was quite good as well, but I managed to get the win there. Second with Ishad, it was a close game, but he managed to get the slight advantage over me at the end. So well played to him. Yeah, I think for now I just have to maybe look at the defensive mistakes I've made and then try and improve on that for the 5th and 6th of May.
So that's actually something we spoke about last time, whether I asked you whether people actually, you know, watch their replays, watch their games, and you said it's not common. It's not as common as it is in other esports. So do you think it's something that players should start doing?
Yeah, I think it is. Like, so for me now, I know one of my games is streamed, so I'm going to watch that game. And then even though I won it, I'm going to look at my defensive positions and see if I can improve on anything. So I think it does help to watch a lot of the games that you play.
All right, man. And yeah, so you're going to go to the main event and you're excited. There's a lot of preparation due. Obviously, you want to be the guy to go across to play, not for South Africa, but represent the community, the gaming community, as the guy who's going to take it all the way home. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard, is South Africa actually has a lot of talented FIFA players, perhaps that go under the radar. So I just, one quick question to you. We will obviously catch up at the event, but my last question to you is, do you think the South African that goes across, do you think we stand a shot?
To be completely honest, I think we do, because I know most of the players on Xbox and I know a few on PS, and I can say South Africa has a really good chance of actually winning that tournament because there's some really good players on both platforms, and I've played quite a few of them and they are really, really good.
All right, thank you so much, Juven. We are going to hand back to Gavin and Anley. Take it away, gents.
Welcome back, and thank you there, Carl, for that interview with Juven, the man that was in studio earlier on with his gameplay, and he's I mean, he put up some really good fights to win his games respectively. Andley, what's your take on that one?
Yeah, Juven came second in his respective group. And I mean, like we said, we've seen him in and out for the past few weeks, and he is one of the top players here in South Africa, going through directly to Monte Casino, as Carl mentioned. And I think we, as South Africans, should be proud of these players. They could potentially be representing us and competing on the global stage. And you know what? We've seen their skills. We've seen what they can do. And it's very, very positive indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's been exciting stuff. It's been exhilarating. Juven has showed us some creative set pieces. I mean, if we look at his stats now, a.k.a. Juven Naidoo, with 46 goals in total, goals scored and goals conceded. He kind of kept that number quite, you know, shall I say, plateau on 28. And I mean, the way he's just played out was fantastic. And yeah, and then the second guy we followed was Eddie, and we're going to go to Carl now for a little interview with Eddie.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm here with Eddie Kads once again. Really, really tough final game there up against Ryan. You were talking about it before the match as well. I heard you. It was going to be your toughest opponent. And from the sounds of things and from the looks of things, it really was a tough, tough game.
Yeah, a very tough game. At the end of the day, it went down to whoever made the most mistakes was the one who was going to lose the game. I gave the ball away in both of the games. Had a tough calls against me by the ref that led to him scoring in the second game. So I was actually very unfortunate to lose that game, but that it is what it is. That's football, and we move on from here.
Right, and in talking about moving on, looking at the FIFA festival, is this you said last year you played as well, and this year obviously there are some changes that need to be made. Looking forward, is it your team that needs to change? Are there some things you need to practice? I asked you've driven the same question. So from your side, what do you think needs to change? Moving forward to the festival.
Definitely my defense, because I got caught out a lot on the counter. So that's what I need to do. Probably get in a Maldini at the back, but my tech is fine. I think if I could just add Cristiano Ronaldo on the wing there, then everything should be fine. But moving forward, I just need to work on my defense. My attack is very good, but my defense is lacking a bit.
So obviously a lot is at stake come the VS Gaming Festival. 400,000 Rand first prize, and of course going across to compete at the FIFA E-World Cup playoff qualifiers. And is this now a goal of yours, something you're going to work towards for the next 4 weeks in terms of practice? Are you going to triple up your practice hours? Are you going to start playing against perhaps some of the other players just to get that feeling again, and just to you talked about earlier being out of your comfort zone a little bit here, and now you're back in your comfort zone. So how much, let's say on average, how much do you think you're going to practice per day leading up to the festival?
Generally I'm going to be playing about at least 10 to 15 games a day. And in terms of if I could get to play some of the other guys in the community, the Xbox side is very tough. There's about 5 guys who I think are probably the best in the country. There's a guy from Pirates, his name is Abu, and there's Shoaib, Ryan, who I just played, and a couple of other guys, myself included. But I'm going to play a lot with those guys, see as they can give me advice on, okay, fine, I'm lacking here. So we're going to be playing like pro versus pro type games. So I'm just going to up the ante a bit in terms of the weekend league. I'm going to be playing a lot of weekend league so that I can improve my team, because the squads in the grand finals are going to be, it all goes down to the squads now. It's going to be very tight, definitely very tight.
All right, thank you so much, Eddie, and all the best at the VS Game Festival. We, of course, will catch up with Eddie there as well. And that's going to close it off for the interviews today. We're going to hand it back to Ryan and Anley.
Thank you, Carl. I'm not so sure I am Ryan and Anley, but maybe Gavin. I can't really live up to the standards of
what's... he wishes he could play like Ryan, I think.
Well, thanks for the interviews there by Kyle. And we had Eddie over there. Very well organized player up on the FIFA fields. Very, shall I say, he's got a good attack field. Maybe he needs to work a little bit more on the defensive structure, as we saw in that final game. As you can see the stats coming up, he does concede very few goals. A lot of them coming in the games that was streamed now. 50 goals scored in total, where 16 conceded. Good. It's a good rate, that. And yeah, I mean, the average is 6 goals a game.
Yeah, you know what? We just heard him say that he plays on average 10 to 15 games per day. I mean, that is a lot of practice times. That's a good, 3 hours maybe, depending on the length of half that you play. And that's the kind of dedication that you need to be able to compete at this level. I mean, yeah, in my younger days, maybe I would be able to squeeze in 5 games, before my mom came in and, switched off my PlayStation. But yeah, no, this is dedication that's required to get to this level.
Well, Anley and I have had the honor to be your panel and your shoutcasters for all the games here at the VS Gaming E-World Cup qualifiers, going up into this final, shall I say, encounter where everyone will be meeting up at Monte Casino on the 5th and the 6th of May. Please come down and support. Do register, as the registrations are open. You will find Anley and myself there alongside with the rest of the crew, and Carl will be there as well. Anley, it has really been something special this far. What's your highlight with all these qualifiers up to now?
No, you know what? Oh, wait. Definitely the goalkeeper runs that we had today. I had a few of these players sort of promising me that if they go, quite a few goals up, they will go for a keeper run. And indeed, that's what happened. And that is definitely my highlight, Gavin.
Oh, Anley's highlight myself, I would probably say just the fact that, these guys, they mean war on the field. Afterwards, it's all friends, it's respect, it's a shake of the hand. So it's always good to see that, and it just brings everyone together. I really enjoy that. We've had tons of fun here, and these guys are, the amount of hours they put in, it's practice, it's a it's a professional sport, Andy.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's a mental sport, and that's something that's really important. But just look at the group. We have Ryan topping the group C with 12 points, Eddie coming in second with 9, and Tabo Touch and DA Regard with 4 points each. Again, I think Ryan and Eddie have showed their skills and showed their class, but Ryan came up top.
And then Group F, I mean, we got top of the table. We got Ishad, which is really in a comfortable position, but Juven not too far behind. So both these guys have put on their shooting boots to say today. They've really come out, and I mean, credits to them. They've been done well, and again, congratulations from our side to all those that have now actually qualified to those
knockout stages.
Yeah, basically that's what it's come down to with these qualifiers. Nonetheless, these guys aren't just the only talent we'll be seeing and showcasing on the day. There'll be tons more, as I think over 1,000 players will be playing over the course of the weekend on the World Cup qualifiers. Andy?
Yeah, no, I think just a reminder to the audience is that these guys are playing for a 1.5 million rand pot and the opportunity to compete on the global stage against world-class players.
Yeah.
And the winner of that competition actually goes and collects his award at the Ballon d'Or tournament, Ballon d'Or ceremony, sorry. And with the likes of the Cristiano Ronaldos and Lionel Messi's in reality. So yeah, that is definitely something to strive towards.
It'll be really great to back the guys to go there. Again, that'll be on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One platform, respectively. And myself, I think we can close this one off with a high note. It has been end-to-end stuff, plenty of goals, plenty of action. And do remember to subscribe. Check out the website, VS Gaming. And there'll be tons more for you to come from their side. I think that'll be a wrap-up, Andley.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you guys have a lovely Saturday afternoon and be safe out there.
I think we'll just mention that we'll see you guys at Monte Casino on the 5th and the 6th of May. Till then, keep practicing, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more action.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.